siesie ho nsɛm ne atena ase de bra wo Robert Mensag Sports every samray out here mre de anunsia abo apam sima no aduonu miensen kopem se no nkono bebo ensema hodo ya boabo no oman yi mu na amanone ye bebo no nyina achi atumi de amount wodwumadi so nti kan ho e ne yenyu dwuma no wo mra wo de messages seba on 0244 743 143 0244 743 143 for messages nefa hobra ebe can kind the amount on the show. We are also streaming live on Facebook Kastle 90.3 FM Cape Coast. Join the show on Facebook. We show the live for her. Na like na share for comment na so for hobra ebe can kind we show no so to me at the amount ebe remo amonone FKK dia ko haba enwa UEFA Champions League ni mo no. Two teams to me and make it to the semi-finals. FC Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain almost the semi-finals. And what they see, you know, one more they can win the first leg, na Obia qualify. Even though Omo Lucy and games in the day, but Oma qualify. And the PSG, they won the first leg by 3-1. And Omo Lucy gained by 3-2, but Oma qualify. Barcelona ya adwuma no first leg no 4-0 ntenu amu Lucy game ni de Bastel 3-1 Barcelona qualify on aggregate nei utumi sampa 5-3 no Barca 4 e de ko enti de ade atumi sampa nano ye trying two teams omokọ Barcelona and afei dot and ase na PSG ho enti ne Real Madrid e wa Stadio Santiago Bernabeu first leg omukwa away Arsenal bom 3-0 eno omombo fie no bi a 3-3 o obi a 3 nti ne no say possible say Madrid bet match 3 goals ni bi but omomukwa away no so bi aso ko share goal Barca ko share 1 ena friends say PSG so ko share 2 nti ne Arsenal say Madrid da share miensa Arsenal so bet match goal ni bi de sa games no anase game no be di hu komoye papa man for a chance game na chest and come back besi and say come back into me see one more betty or one betty pa one the other side na okopie mu ewo San Siro so Italy Inter Milan host Bayern Munich Inter de okwa wempo eko share 2-1 e dey ofie no Vincent Company ni Hurricane bet me betria fa amoso anase Lautaro Martinez or the Marcus Thuram ebeto adwuma no so these two games eba so no ye be ramu ye papa ka ho sem no on the show for you ye be fie efisem wa ha Ghana Premier League after pole wo no outstanding games ne de na ohopa ye ni nyina efu aka only one game enne eba so club ye Kumasi Asante kokon kra ko bio Accra Lions House of Oak any Aduana Stars Shoba Aristika wakasa fa game no ho de beba Samson and Dr. Ogum nkran na omokono so Dr. Ogumakasa ye de beba any other games say to dwa na Ghana Premier League ni outstanding game ni mo no ye din na ho sebe to dwa enwa dade ye kasnie ora keto kreku ko FIFA ho say FIFA mbase me boa grassroots football mbase nkoda no se bia ba Central Region hanoma wo mo hyehyɛ chichi no kwamena chichi no mumbo nkroni bi mamie ayi ha sei uko AK honoma kyire ho pa nkura bi ase bi wo ho uko asen south asen side honoma nkura nkitinkiti bi hye baabi yenko efa yenko dunkwa side honom ko fo hyehyɛ kyire ho baabi even Cape Coast kra wo ba guamai mu Cape Coast metro hanom krampo no a wo benya some areas bia eba no football na your talent but yentumi nyi omu mpie eno no ora keto kreku dadwen ho ase e was say me ye bibi fa saa de we ho enti in other so betumi develop grassroots football no ora ket say wakwa jisika FIFA ho aba sika no on fan tobo on fan koto boot on fan koto jerseys on fan koto hwe what they atoka kamena what they atokas what the bema RFS no ora Duncan on that Central Region Football Association no jeka ne baako o sori no pa wunya breakfast bidia ni watuka no na won bo pro Central Region ha wo bo pro na wo yiyi nkura ne ba na wo bo ma talent na tumi akonanim sisika na ekwaje ofifa no ye de akoto cars idama RFA no chairman no omonye enfamboa in develop grassroots football. Sam komoy yede baba on the show. Any other interesting stories say ofia no pay yede ba ababe so more. FKK dey kwama no ne wi enkoma hodo akach yede beto so e wo dwumadi so.
The real sports is here.
Lawyers talking no man's land. It's Marley.
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
It's 28 minutes past 6 on Kastle 90.3 FM. Medine the Miss Ruby Adams, Robert Mensag Sports, and this someone. Mamina message on 0244 743 143 0244 743 143. Since 2019, I feel Abasa qualified to the semi-finals. And omo Jumano. And games no adventure on say ne 2 games Sebastian. Ye monwie no. Na score line here say. Now when I qualify, they call the next stage. When they qualify to the semi-finals, Arsenal and now Real Madrid, Inter and I said Bayern Munich. Maminya message. Ghana Premier League outstanding game say Basom. Adriana Stars ne heart baby saying. Kodokoni Accra Lions baby saying. Now all other issues here they banning no. F na kototo cast. Edema RFA members no. Who say? Maminya message on 0244 743 143. Bet influencer ewa bet way na make for the amount say. Mama dey share code no with friends and fans, followers. Ntinei wo hye bet na wo de bi ama abusuafo ne adofo no makwa kotwa bi. Wo mu twa no na wo susu nya sika 4% ewo ho. Ti hye bet no fa code ne mo mu kotwa bi. O de ma wo mu aso mu twa o mbedi o mu ndi o. De hian so makwa kotwa. Wo benya 4% ewo o mu susu ka o mu kotwa ne ho. Hye no so ma papa. Say betway bet influencer. Omodi a bet bi. Chese bet no. Never code ni man afufu nkutwa bi. Enu ho asem ne kan. Why just imagine say wa chese bet now the code na many pa bet 30. Nipa 20, nipa 10. No be a try no 200 krampa. Just ask yourself say ube wi sika se na benya ho. What bet nimpo ama wo didi wo ho. Enu any ade papa ene betway for the aba. Enti bet bi. Chese bet no. For code microphone trebi a betway bet influencer na make for the amount. Can say terms and conditions apply, and I am not bet the responsible way. Betway force get way more. Omujumede is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bonfield study abroad in ye. Opesoko suya de wa manone. Pesoko UK, Germany, Malta, USA, Canada na Ireland. Ye bebo adu wako. Amwakwa kusuya die. Oye nurse ni social worker, oye teacher ni engineer, IT professional. Ebe boa makosua de wa manone. Na okona se bia wo wie na pesa oye adwuma so betuma boa wo. Amwatumi anya up to 2 to 4 years work permit. Ewo ho after study no. Enjem mo bia na ada so do betu kwa majusi kenni. Bonfield and make kan for ma wo mbe boa wo. Through the process ni nyina wo apply on mbe boa wo sa kopem so betumi I enrolling. Uye nso na pesa wo ye adwuma so a e be ma work permit e be bo mo nya bi 2 to 4 years entum pewe na pedai bo mo de ene no mo twetwe nkomo e wo 0545 403 831 0545 403 831 and I say email no enquiry@bgh.com enquiry@bgh.com bo mo de akọ Kaiser applications for the 2025 academic year no are ongoing bo mo de akọ na fe wo so na explore your study options and take the big step through Banfield. Yako amanone FKK di yako ehon semnimu. Mamenya our messages on 0244 743 143 0244 743 143. And Barcelona qualified to the semi-finals. PSG qualified. Say Barca train Inter Milan and Bayern Munich bako. And a PSG so train Arsenal and I say Real Madrid. And then when they qualify to the semi-finals. For message for home bra. Yankin kind for mount. I do a racket and sway and so no. Obana baswana. I mean our message on 0244 743 143. Send in your messages. Yankin kind for mount. We are also live on Facebook and to join the show no Facebook. Should be now like and share our comment to bribe back in kind on the show for you.
The real sports is here.
Lawyers talking no man's land. It's Marley.
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
All right, I'm running 5:45. Yankuyanim.
Yakuyanim and Opay the Yamanin Seminole Air Twice Sweaty Media Castle 90.3 for Robert Mensag Sports live on Facebook. No, I join you and Sweaty Media for App Store, Play Store. Now I download the app. No, UEFA Champions League Enra second leg. No, a team a bar. So now I said the results and I see a coin your busy and then so games in be a bar. So now Fay Urama. Players na kasa coaches no so kasa ni nani ensema etimi ade bro we any other stories ya bobo no no pedi from anani enso etimi ade bro yengro mo enra Aston Villa for no amobo amomodin amu etimi edi nkunim 3-2 over PSG ni nyina HSC Paris Saint-Germain amu qualify 5-4 on aggregate sans first leg no amu etimi ewini won game no ya ade etimi ebo amu 3-1 okan nyina bo man na 5-4 PSG for no so etimi ade ko Yuri Talima and a share first goal at the Emma Aston Villa Yeka Ebako and or the Etia John McGinn so at Ebako one son and a branch of a concert and so Eddie winning gono a piece where their mom the Kana PSG a branch of Fana Craft Hakimi as her first goal at their mom Sansona no Mendes and so the second goal no a piece where my son Aston Villa for a free form and so Baba better to come here come back and so omo come back at me dinkunim then so am boy mama ntimi an qualify sabre ye don semna bro na Borussia Dortmund man for do na no ambo won don chance kiti kura no amman for am fama mo enei yen kan say disrespect to say den yo na say no mo che Barca 2025 obi no awasha Barca Dortmund for no show mo from the Champions League game bar so 3-1 and omo chichere ma Barcelona for Barca so qualify 5-3 on aggregate omo so no bibia kon kind mom Sehu Grassi and about 3 goals in na and so at the MIA Borussia Dortmund penalty first goal no and our share and so at the moment na 49-76 or the 2 goals so appear so at the moment San and Ben Sibani Musia kan and so at the Emma Dortmund share own goal and so at me at the bomb next social 4 goals in Dortmund for now and I share at the Emma Omo and Bako equity omo and 170 year to me at the Ama with Jumedians and then the Atiani say Uromo Premiership in 1 game Basel Newcastle almost standing game no omo a year for 6:30 and I said game na Basel money Crystal Palace and a ball na Champions League quarter final no and games mienu Basel Inter Milan omo kuta 2-1 tenefie and so any Bayern Munich etimi abosan so na Real Madrid Santiago Bernabeu no omo de kami and sign was so motete omani Arsenal and so ball ni na Basel 7 p.m. sana ehun 7 no AC etia wo na ahead of any game Basel no and akopiama papa friend Simeone Inzaghi coach and so edema Bobokwa you from International Milan akasa dia found say na game no omo ntimi nkoka se first leg and said the results na ekwa na favor omo enu nti adwuma no omo awiosi NCP emfa emma omo ewom say na ohwa Fratesi eshego atimi de ball Lautaro Martinez mu nyina toto ntena osi 2-1 no enye enough sa bibia betimi asi enti na woso omo tena fie no mo hambo omo na afi omo mfa game no te said the Africa no be abesha ase enso atimi dia body ati say ohwa Inter Milan for mo tena fie sia kan the Champions League no obi antimi nkosho mo in the last 14 games are atwa go no draw me no no mabo no mo win 12 eno na won coach na gina so enso etimi ade kan say na wa hoto so betimi akwani mu akwa ni sa gade hia ene so be complacency enso efi omo dwunimo no ensema wa etimi edia bana Vincent Company ono na coach enso edema Bayern Munich ono so akasa dia fa so omo mindset na omo aim nyina ene so omo ewunya gidie so betimi akwa wi adwuma no enso ewo eye ne bo game eba so San Siro Inter Milan omo ehomo eno ensema ono so etimi adeba so wogidie pa so ni team no ebetimi akwa finish job no enso ewo ho eno ye Bayern won coach Vincent Company so ensema wo etimi edi abano si game no individual qualities no ebe play part ye papa say ne 2 clubs no omo players no enimbo omo wo experience na omo do sa stage ne da no omo pa na betimi determine sa game no enso edi amom no ndo wogidie all the players no many ni team no mo say ne corrections how do omo make ne betimi aboa push omo qualify to the next stage semis no eno ensema Vincent Company so etimi edi ama yengura mu ne hwe ene games na baso no in fact no ade no yen react na yen hwe said ne from baso omo so ye one coach Hansi Dieter Flick ono enegina mo bread ye nenso at the end of the day no see the here qualification no and to boni team na bazo so mutimi ewi adwuma no ewie yo
Of course, and this is the big thing, the good thing that we are in the semi-final. I think for the club, but also team, for the fans, it's unbelievable to stay there. In the first year in the semi-final means like we are one of the best 4 teams in Europe, and this is great. Yes, of course. I know Dortmund really well, and I think they showed today how good they are. In the offense, they have unbelievable player, a lot of speed in their team, and we suffered a little bit, but at the end, it's the result of 2 matches. And we deserve to reach the semi-final.
Nti Barca for deserve so omo na also omo draw semi-finals and to can last 4 teams na and they so omo so edi kan ehonom na omo kwakotwa omo aka no Dortmund for no ni omo sanzo no fi Germany wa coach ya Bayern Munchen da no omo hye onim se ball no omo enimbo omo ye nkwankwa de na so hwe America omo de ni team ne tu ye ndia na se omo eni abriye pa omo di ntwo de hia ene so omo so anya qualification no Robert Lewandowski and so adding experience no elbow players no our field and also on also kasari for game no.
Yeah, from one side we are very happy that we're playing the semi-final, but when we're looking back for the game today, we know that it wasn't perfectly game for us, but in the end, if we can take something good for the future, learn something from this game, that it's Champions League, you have to be always ready for 100%. But in the end, okay, we did this and we're playing now in semi-final, so we're looking forward, and I hope so that both semi-final we're gonna play like we know we want, and in the end that we can play our best football.
Yes, internet no HSA Champions League football na obo na say we club adebia no who is 100% of focus no na engine so na bibia nso enye kama entimi emfa elma de hia qualification amon saka na experience no and or the eboa the young chaps no mo aboa kwakodu sa pepe so no ensema no so timi e de about so bi obebi omodu no nura game na nkoye omo performance overall no na enso ani subsequent games no betimi abo won game on person mo eboa no ensema Robert Lewandowski enso etimi ade by na Emery otena fie ema no mo ehye Paris Saint-Germain na so mo ntimi an qualify kasa for game no.
The plan we had, I think the players they were responding fantastic. Even we were losing 2-0 because we were attacking, we were pushing up, and we were trying to take some aggressive style pressing without the ball against them. They have very good transition. Our plan was there in Paris to avoid it, and we did it. But today we needed to push it even more higher. And they scored 2 goals, but I think the mentality we showed after it as well was we are here now, we have to try to continue our game plan, and we have to try to win the match. Of course, we came back the result 3-2, and maybe my only, if I can miss something, is the last 20 minutes a little bit more, one step forward more to try to score the last goal. But as well, they stopped the match. They were trying to stop, keeping ball possession, trying to play slowly. And the last 20 minutes, this is the only minute we were not getting comfortable to get the last step forward in this competition.
Yes, I know. And some of them so it me Eddie Ejai will game no more now. Shall say I'm call for me no. The na Kenyan so be through more men forward. No more so it me akwa win game no more qualification. No more try and so do maybe no the last 20 minutes we PSG for now no more delay game no and yes no more that for no more possession no more ya o madwen so be kura bobo ni nyina serebe on every time no and no and some na Emery 8 so 8 me Eddie Ejai ewo ho Luis Enrique coach. And so Edima Paris Saint-Germain almost qualification and sa ekan ono so etimi ekasa efa ho eboye ni team na ba so almost so de hia ne so mo nya qualification no ede ekọ mo nim na mo ekọ no ma ko prepare ede atoa so o say wom say na wuro mo a eligan no mo agide ne so say mo games e wo so mo yifiro no mo eboko na afi mo focus ni nyina no on the Champions League no so the next day said the penfo be hye no mo so etimi akobo ede afri honum yen toa so kakra na yen hwe said the nyoma esi etie Karim Adeyemi ono forward ede ema Dortmund ono so kasa de fa game sam pa defeat no nyina no anasa qualification mo nsa anka no from the first leg game mo kokobo and so no supporters no omo buy na so mo win this game de mo.
First of all, I think it was a great game from us. With those fans, it's easy to play. We played a great game, I think, and at the end, unfortunately, we get our own goal. But 3 goals against Barcelona and to win against them is, I think, a good thing. The first game broke our neck, so it was difficult to come back. But we know everything is possible, so we tried. But at the end, it was not enough. And yes, but still, it was nice to play. I think the tactics were really good today. But I think as a team, we fight, we tried, and this is what everybody saw, and this is what we have to take to the another games. It's Sunday, so yes, from now on it's full focus on Bundesliga.
enti no any say focus no nyina no yo say Bundesliga no so no mo de call sanse ne Champions League no mo every mo bo mo modin yo mo afa mo de na nso no nya de na enough say benwa mo qualification no enso e de akwa ni mo Karima de yemi na de sansem no enso etimi e de by Don Carlo Ancelotti coach e de ma Real Madrid for okoje anim guasia for ewo Emirates Sports Stadium enwa ahead of game and more airborne akasa e de afa say ne said de nyoma esietie no omomo e she go early no on jinisi no na betimi abo ma afi come back no aye adwuma na.
In your experience of comebacks and what it needs to make it happen, is it about scoring early, do you feel, in that first half? Or do you think it can go the...
I don't think so. That, of course, to score early is the more important part of the game, but the most important part to have a good control at the game and to try to do your best at the beginning, as I said, to have a good control of the game. And then when you have a good control of the game, you can score at every minute.
Yes, yentirenya sa wo hye early goal kwa game na 90 minutes ni nyina nsa obe control game no every minute bia no account obetimi a hye goal first minute, second half obetimi a hye 90+1 ni nyina no obetimi a hye de hia ne se game no obeje asiu na so na nkwa wa bo wa control no ensema coach ni de ba obisan se Arsenal for Benaba o mo ba na se players no do na no omuni experience no e wo honom tie onjin di say no betimi abo ama Madrid for no etimi enya qualification ana.
Maybe, but I think that on the other side there is the fact that this is a team that really well organized, that Arteta is working with them for a long time, so they have a really clear idea defensively, offensively. When you have clear idea, you are more focused on what you have to do on the ambience outside.
Yes, yentene wom say ampa no betimi abo ama Madrid for no etimi ashashie ye favoritism no ewo mo ho say wom so mo consider 3 there na bia crowd no ene stadium no betimi abo emo mo awie ni game no there na mom no hwa Arsenal team na mo compact team omo akire wo mo coach no young team no so young te kwan mo fa so bobo no ade ano de mo defend ya attack ye enti eno so ya ade a untimi anyi wadwen femfe so enti enye game a easy sa no ensema Don Carlo Ancelotti and so etimi ade ba yen ko Jude Bellingham as a confidence no e was through ye papa ko team ne camper ade a omo e wo gidie say game no betimi aboy wi ni akomani.
I think what makes us confident is the quality we have, the history of the club, the fans that will turn up and give everything on the night, the aura of the Bernabeu in these Champions League nights. That's always something. I think we still felt like even though we played probably as bad as we possibly could in a game like that, we still had chances weirdly and still had moments where we felt like we could have capitalised a bit more. And normally when you have your worst games you feel like you're absolutely miles off it and there's no way you can get in the game, and still we had a few chances where it felt like maybe if we just increased our level and was a bit more attentive to a few things that they did really well, we can be in it. You know, I think we're not stupid, but also we're confident in the ability we have. Not really, no, we know the quality they had. I think the free kicks were surprising. I've not seen Deck do that before, to be fair. I knew he could take set pieces really well, the corners and stuff, but I'd never seen him do that with the free kicks. So fair play to him. That was probably the only thing though, really. We knew they're a really good team. We knew that they have a really good manager. They're going to be organised, and yeah, there was a lot of things that were really impressive for them, but nothing that we didn't expect. They were a top level team.
Yes, yentene more quality no more was a team experience no more ewo Empo Santiago Bernabeu no individually or more our experience no any ahoto so a Madrid for no ewo so metimi edi nkonim ewo honom ewom say ne said the defeat na ekoye no ha adwene omogitum na details nketenkete bi ena omo adwene anko honom no ena Arsenal for ye omotimi didi sankunim te no omo adwene ko sa details no so a ade ometimi nso so awini sa game no ntie ne abrati a your friend Declan Rice say no practice free kick ni dia ba no oni sa gide no wonu so obetimi ahyemienu sa ade tie omo no ye nsema ono nso so ede nebo ede ama Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham this answer na by or see team no ebe improve from Edes first leg no more ekoko boy ne game no more ebo no.
You always give yourself a better chance if you run more, you match the running stats of the other team. I think 14 kilometres you said there, that's the equivalent to what, one player and a bit more. So I think if you think about it logically, of course it makes an impact on the game. It means that you can't get out to certain areas quick enough and etc. I probably don't have to explain that. Yeah, like I said, last year was similar where we didn't always run the most, but we were in an organised position. So there is an element of knowing where to run and what spaces to cover, and that doesn't kind of involve running around
around like a headless chicken. So it's about finding the balance between running a lot and knowing where to run. Yeah, there's probably a mix of both that we didn't do well at the Emirates. So yeah, tomorrow I'm sure there'll be everyone willing to run much more than we did last week, and hopefully we have a better plan in doing that as well.
Yes, you know, share some improve your more runs, no, and your more attitude, no, a Jumam Koyo, Emirates, no, and fat, I was almost 80 improve, and some Jude, so it's me at the buy, and I saw, dear mother for standard, no, and also Mujinas, no more young Juma.
Well, a lot better than we saw in the first leg, that's for sure. A higher commitment, a better understanding of what the game requires, more clean with the ball, better on transition. There's a multitude of things, and I think there probably wasn't one aspect of our game that was up to the standard that we expect from ourselves. And we're not afraid to say something like that. It's very normal that when you lose a game, you review the game honestly. We know we can play a lot better. We know we can do a lot of things a lot better, and that's what we want to show tomorrow. It's one thing to lose, but it's another thing to not learn, and that's something that we'll have had done for tomorrow.
What's it like being part of a team where people near enough expect these comebacks from you?
Etiano and some Jude Bellingham, so it's me at the 12 sworn himself, party here, and it's all better for my when Shnadia, now what me at the Aquanium Tiano, a standard, Madrid team no ewa was all more improve your more performance, no this answer, but to the matter distance and also say, and our country more.
Yeah, really important. I think they're huge in creating an atmosphere and an energy inside the stadium that's infectious, and the players really thrive off that. They can almost sense that when the crowd are up for it, it's an even bigger game and it means more to them. So it brings a better level from us. You know, I don't have to ask the Madridistas to do anything that they haven't done for us already. They perform and they deliver on these nights every single time, and now it's about us matching their desire to win, their energy, and producing a performance that they can be proud of. Montana, honestly, I've heard it about 1 million times since last week. I've seen 1 million videos online and made by fans, made by kind of you guys, I suppose, and yeah, really motivating stuff. It's a night that's made for Real Madrid, a night that would go down in history, but also be something that people are familiar with around this part of the world. So yeah, hopefully we can add another special night.
Yes, you know, say supporters who GDO Mumu so met me, I know why you be Nunti and I'll videos. I would and then the moon say romantada, and I was say to me a bus or say coming back, no, to me a year a Juma, and no, and some Jude Bellingham, and so to me a kind of first game, no, name Mikel Arteta, or a coach had my ass now, and also a GDA said Juma, Moya or Emirates, and no. And no more yes, Santiago Bernabeu.
The positive one, Ben White, is today, so he will be in the squad.
Thomas Partey, is he fit enough to be involved? And what about Jorginho as well?
Yeah, he is available. He had a little niggle during the game, that's why he had to come off. But he felt good after the last few days, so he's fine. And Georgia, unfortunately, is not here. After the incident of the weekend, he hasn't recovered. So, yeah, our thoughts are with him.
How do you approach this game? Do you ignore the fact that you're 3-0 in the lead, or do you take that into account?
To win it, the same that we did in London, our preparation has been the things that we have to do, the things that we have to dominate throughout the game in different phases to give us the best possible chance to win the game. That's clear our mindset, and that we're going to play tomorrow.
And finally, there's been lots of talk about comebacks and the noise in the stadium tomorrow night. How do you make sure that your players don't get wrapped up in the emotion?
I understand that is part of their history, and they have the right to be talking about these kind of scenarios. Ours is very different, and our mindset, preparation, our thoughts, and how we're going to have the best chance to be better than them in the aspects that are crucial in the game, because we're going to try to take the game to places very different to our intentions, and if we do that, we're going to have a good chance to win the game.
I know and some Mikel Arteta so it's me by the no Emirates no baby fufubia moba no ma make sure some be dominate games no our department or ma ho de no enso e na afi o matra so akwa wini ampa e bia romantada na man for kan wansem ampa Madrid for ye bia ne mo Arsenal no so no ekuta different idea altogether mo so etimi de quest game no e ensema o de ejai o se Thomas Step party no ho ye we say weekend o mo game o mo e boy no ne ho kotwitwi kakra no person be risk na no ntino mo yi no e free mo Ben White and so is back from an injury. The player no kwa be mix Jorginho no ensema coach no and so etimi de to so
Kastle 90.3 heavy.
Kasa at the FI Real Madrid won history almost one Arsenal there no so betimi ya Sabram Subenya qualification.
Well, we have the momentum. I think the way we played, the way we faced in the first leg is incredible from everyone, and we're here just to create our own history, to win the game, to come in and win the game, and that's the most important thing.
Hi David, you've been at the club now for a couple of seasons. When you joined, did you imagine that you'd be in this scenario perhaps as quickly as it's come to play against a team like Real Madrid in this stage of the competition?
When I started playing for Arsenal, we were in the Champions League, so I was convinced that we were going to play against the best teams in Europe in this competition, but you want to play against the best if you want to win trophies, so we were convinced that we were going to do well last season and hopefully even better this season.
Yes, you know, no more GDM now, call Arsenal Bobo Champions, no more body and aka, and it's on Bendro SR stage, you know, now no more draw last season, no him so betting me about more than and fat, no him said this season on betting me any better. I don't know my bedroom stage, you know, and some David Raya, the Etwas and Pomo, Arsenal for no more call, no one so I could create Champions League in more this and 7 by you beside say, they said, okay, can you know, so Munya that right mood, you know, our camp saying, and I see at here our honor.
The mood is great. Definitely it's not nerves, it's confidence, is be able to replicate what we did in the first game and for me for the win.
Real Madrid, when you were younger, what would it mean to you to be part of a team that could knock them out of this competition?
Well, I wouldn't say I followed Real Madrid, I just followed Casillas, as I said always that he was my idol, but we know how big of a club it is and it will be great to knock them out.
Yes, you know, and someone who's waiting media bus, mood, you know, good. BBI, come on, camp or and also one dressing room. Now, there, Ike Casillas, no follow ni pa, and also, and somehow wait me at the Abana. Finally, Obisa and said, crowd, no, and Hamo, dear, Sans and Kofi, or Mobabe, the dear Tia Musa Gumuso, Unji, the me Hamza.
But how do you actually train your mind ahead of big fixtures like this?
Well, you try to be focused on what you can control. You can control your actions, you can control what you do, and you cannot control the outside and the noise and all that. So you have to be very, very focused on what you can do and of course believe in yourself. That's the most important thing.
Keeping the crowd quiet here is going to be difficult. We all know that, even though you have the momentum. How have you spoken about that and how do you propose to try to keep them quiet in the stadium?
Well, like I said, that's something that we cannot control. That is out of our control. The fans, the stadium, the atmosphere, maybe the shows that they have in the stadium and all that. So that is our control. We cannot think about that. We just have to think about ourselves, what we can control on the pitch with the ball, play the same way that we played in the first game and create chances and score goals. We come here just to win the game.
Yes, internet no and some our team media but crowd no amontimi and control more the Wabontin, the Beba Stadium Munina no the here and it's now for the focus. So we'll game or Mukakobono and no and some David Raya, goalkeeper the Marsna, and so this and 70 ACO Joshua Zegzi, Abanti as well Pra for weeks or bet me at Nanchain, our no so intimi in Siakai and from Manchester United and no and some free Abranten also as say and sweet me by say hamstring injury. And on also so Etimi Aquaquania several weeks or better than chain of missing games and so Etimi Eddie Ama Manchester United and some minus with flow bar only say Mbappe weekend or Cocoji red card nay straight and Brow Coco Fawaya Deportivo Alave a 1 minute for Danano and our near banning said man for expertise bia and the banner a bear more than one game. Nenso Enra Urama La Liga for confirming say just a single game and our branch and Ben makes sense almost in any intentional. So Kono Kwaku Prano, I know and some and so a few honum and so it me at the bar now when Rooney and so at the year 11 Arsenal and in Madrid and so at media bar. I know and we are no Arsenal fans, we are Manchester in the Oko ye and shed that and yeah, one was at and also a and Sama where Timmy at the Abba Ewa Honum. Now I know Usha Thibaut Courtois and Ordeno at that and Sanso and Lucas Vasquez. Airport right side of the defense or Sansona Antonio Rudiger center back you know on William Saliba and I bepe around your friend Miles Lewis Kelly airport left back Sansona Eduardo Camavinga picking ahead of Thomas Partey on a Declan Rice and airport Fifio Jude Bellingham Bobby Rodrigo goes around your friend Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Junior Arsenal for me and Sape and of fire William Saliba Miles Kelly Sanso and Declan Rice. Now, a combined 11 ahead of a game, second leg fixture Madrid. Etnefi no money Arsenal aboy ne win Rooney and so etimi at the Abba. Young farmer Ninsia, the account to us from on Kastle 90.3 FM.
Sports is here. Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
Kastle 90.3 FM Sini Robert Mensag Sports and I dey esomono. Yaba abedi enkomo ewo ensem ni mu amano ne eno game seto dwa enafe ne matches a eba so no yeba ababe biebie mu ne atumi ede ama UEFA Champions League enra na interesting kaketu abi kakete anka Aston Villa for to me ya adwuma no na so no enwieye eno Marcus Rashford ebobo pa Rashford ebobo na so no de besia ne besi anyeye amfa ama eye Villa boboko no Unai Emery amafo obonachi senra woyi eye abranta de din de Rashford no automati eye team no firi muntem ni nyina ka ho bi na ekoba ne sa no na Asensio ne de wo Asensio kwa me se ma start game no sa onya de sa Asensio no onya de na oba ye nyema basa oba ye game ni mu a ama Villa fo enije no anwie eye peye na UEFA Champions League the referee say omu the games omu fa more minutes ento so uhu ya beti wani ya na o the 3 penalty so tino 3-3 sa na adwuma no asi e de ama Aston Villa, but of course they've done well, they've really done well. It's Osman the Vengat na asemi man akwaba or the Gunners Jesse Ashe one of the Jesse told the of an Cobeton CC over 20 CC or ya dear Osman, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
We be able to dear. But we last season dear na me catch Kwame na say opa na last season na mean 20 season na me
na
pa me catch Kwame na say I know Osman pa na wo me say sure some was it Alfred me say me ka say for picture beto so a wo hwehwe be per current pictures nti hwe nti the show Osman hu ne neck no a gold a last season this is the black nti no hwe ye no amfa old picture bi amfa I'm a tour. Yeah. But then why are ready?
Oh yes, and
you are ready.
It was one to absent you know. And then you know,
and
then you bosuja, and then you bosuju. Sunday the home was seen. I home say what may we know much.
But maybe need.
But qualification is
I want first like na aje. O ma na aje.
Oh, interesting game. I'm charged. I want to see the atmosphere. Yes, and then I must Madrid for no what's the atmosphere will create it's nice.
Atmospheric pressure.
Yes, was nothing under about what's a crib bar. Champions League and whatever one where the rightful owners. Hence I asked the same Champions League now we in show. The Master Trophy cabinet now weekend we enough in Paris or around the Pepper Champions League and come.
Share.
Who today? What don't to Yando? And then give me never come up our honor.
Okay.
It should be we are poised for action.
Okay.
We are poised for action.
Osman.
Yes. No fun forever.
All right. My menu message is Stephen Fen for Nafe. Yamra Emma to also Emma Etie for say hi Miss Ruby. Hey, Madame Dorinda. Hi Miss Ruby. Real Madrid will win, but Arsenal will qualify this evening. Macman West from Nketia Cape Coast and or the Friday Abba. And Madrid will win. Okay, but Arsenal will qualify. All right, okay. Good morning, Kastle FM fraternity. What happened yesterday in the Champions League will happen today too. Good job, Villa, but next time, make sure you don't concede more goals away. And now, where goes Nimpo? And now 2 goals, somebody can J. Crana, a team Akumano. Well, 2 goals back to you guys. Okay, but today, Martinez will score and beat Bayern today. Madrid will score goals and Arsenal will score 2 and lose, but will qualify. Okay, so Arsenal will also score and lose, but Arsenal to qualify. Mr. Chicks, no the way, and so Eddie Abba Ewa Hama meant to Asuka Crab. Miss Ruby today, Madrid will qualify. I'm cool boy inside Cape Coast, and a cool boy so the Eddie Abba and Dortmund. You are out of the Champions League, but well done. From Luis Marcus at Bantama. Watch out for Hala Madrid. Okay. And good morning, Castle Crew. Real Madrid will win the game. Say win up as can. Yes, win the game by 5-1 and Kylian Mbappe to score hat-trick. And Power Boy GH from Apioska and Power Boy GH so the Eddie Abba Ewa Hase Mame come name Real Madrid will win by 4-0. Hey, Osman, the Japan, Deba, and Mbappe 2 goals. Vini and Rodrigo will add the rest. Kofi last barrier from UCC. And all the way Eddie Aban. Last barrier, no, okay. Good morning, Kastle. Okay, I'm caught up and I'm in Brag. Good morning, Miss Shubi. Shout out to all your crew. Today, Madrid is going to win. It's going to do a comeback and they are going to score Arsenal 4-1. Osha 4-1 I have 4-4. Oh, and and they come back and now they have extra time. Maybe a whole qualify there. But I have 4-1 there. Madrid didn't qualify. Extra time. Also, good morning, Miss Shubi. I'm Amos, Redeemer inside Anchor Fulfie. And today, Madrid is going to do a comeback as we did to Dortmund last year. Champions League, okay, second half. Say Hala Madrid. Okay. Mama she okay. Obidi ba could be by na. Me show na yeah same. Good morning, Miss Ruby. Ghana hockey team couldn't get to travel because of money. But we have money to buy cards for RFA. I'm a Ghana. Me patch hockey team no. Ene Ghana e de bia asase me cheche mu a ene FA ni hwe twaka bia. Hockey national team no. Omo so mpanyifo te se GFA fo. Ai almost one pay for to say GFA. Omo ko pesika be hwe eye omo F no. E na ye wo hockey team omo so mpanyifo a omo ji sika hwe hockey team no. Nti omo no omo so omo mpanyifo omo yo different entity. Nti F sika ye fa nkoma hockey team. Why? Mr. Wa. Say hockey for ni here sika na so omo association into me mu a. Eye the ministry no be kwa hu no. Nti F sika omo akwaje wo FIFA ho de. Yentumi fan koma hockey team sa ema no enye. Thank you so much. So what yes sir e de amame. Na me fa few ones nka ho na afei yemra. Good morning, Miss Ruby. In fact, Adeyemi's performance yesterday was very poor. He was not clinical at all. Otherwise they could have taken Barcelona away from the Champions League. And it's a warning for Barcelona to know that this is their last stop in the Champions League. Okay. Sebasa Koshia eye Inter Milan dia. I think say Inter betuma ha dream but etikasi aba dia onye bi papa bia wo honom ma nipa da sani wo honom. Today something okay. I say hello, good morning champion Miss Ruby and how are you and your crew? Arsenal fans should come with their bowls because we Madridistas will cook rice for them tonight because remontada will happen at Santiago Bernabeu. If you are if you are a true Madridista, you agree with me because I know the team I'm talking about. The Champions League Lions will bite Arsenal players rough. Asman, they're going to bite you rough. Ochuga inside Samuel and all the way. And so they are bam. Now, I'll say today, something's going to happen at Santiago Bernabeu. We will silence our enemies tonight, especially Barcelona fans. Not so... for Barcelona fans, they should listen to me very well because Barcelona has won 5 Champions League titles in 124 years, as compared to Madrid with 6 in the last 10. Okay, with this history, what shows that Barca is better than Madrid? Master, don't compare yourself to us. Still, the name is Otuga inside Semi, and I salute all Madridistas across the country, especially the ladies in Madrid. Any asempa any about no. Aye. Entino yamra na fe yemedi nkomo ewo amanonin semni. Mwamenya o message on 0244 743143 0244 743143. For message no efa hobra. Na yenkenkan into me emfama. We are also live on Facebook at Kastle 90.3 FM Cape Coast. Na into me enkoye nim. All right, Osman. Ma yeshay enra games ne ba so na enenso so bibeba so.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, FKK I ready say yeah. Okay.
Ruby.
Many come on.
Yes, my manda san po bi na yenchichi ahen adent listeners ni nyina. I will say be about town for na it say hade higher Kastle 90.3 FM. WhatsApp message, and also the bottom of our social media, Echo Facebook, search box, Kastle 90.3 Cape Coast, Echo, and like your page now. I feel what to share as I call your timeline do now when you be so was to no so when you be na wahwe na mo comment no so ombra na yemo show no onye interactive on man dam na yemo yen show no oye de ye try na adwuna na waso go fie no so yemo enough opportunity through text messaging and then phone in so etum na acha wadwen na bibiara wa kwanyem na ozama wo hono Ruby ended the UEFA Champions League matches in the Kodo and there are 2 games no Kodo ni nyina no na ni nyina interesting to watch intended that obi biara na all follow games no na you would want to follow games 2 ni nyina because I had the idea yeah they happen to go about how they na put
and I made the focus was on PSG Aston Villa no
of course
and Raymond Preslam so di o so dey hwe eyi hwe babasafo no so hwe basa no dey
it's not interesting for honom na that Aston Villa yes starting fi Villa Park or England and that Aston Villa football on home buzzing was shared by 3 goals to 2 and I feel but no year aggregate na 4-5 and I was a few more honom na game na nkasa ze dem bra na Erica no that the first 2 goals na obey no I think don't know kuma ye Aston Villa for one spirit no because Hakimi in the first goal no Oshe no and Nuno Mendes in the 27th minute no I think it took them about 60 minutes and I was just down 2 goals no na Ruby say be first goal na mistaken in afi Emiliano Martinez for the first time and that na I wasn't really convinced that McKen had there he should just focus on playing football and sometimes in crucial moments say as the antics be kawu game no ho say quite a mistake it will cost your team in the first league no Cote d'Ivoire France no the game was about him it wasn't even about Aston Villa and Tabasha ball condependent na pressure to my supporters no they were jeering him or off for honum and that is not your home match or honum today I was expecting there so Aston Villa can come back into the picture now it will start with the goalkeeper and indeed so that I show goalkeeper for the opposite side now
Donnarumma hey
yes no wasn't supposed to anyone intended for that mistake now Martinez akwa kwachi ball no to oye Ashraf Hakimi nenyim and sana that ma deflected shot or by what to watch the first goal no for me now it was that good or honum the second goal for PSG once again no you could now see the attacking transition of a PSG team no one with speed precision and then from the wings no I wanna go see what for that will make it that movement now what should that go no no ya za no so tum na Austrian you want see PSG for na train there when it comes to players in the offensive transition obotum na obey ejuma na with Osman Dembele leading the lines now ejuma no they can clearly do it to honum now that interestingly not I 1-2 backs no and one obotum no wash goals in was a man yes Nuno Mendes and then Ashraf Hakimi but Nuno Mendes most especially must be the movement up front honum no for me he just doesn't move up front but I share nyama otum was a can or your game no ho was more PSG okobobo mo to me different honum in terms of the pressing no Oba no stand so all madam little bite no so in terms of our sister obotuma ye ko finish game so this boy obotuma na wakwa ejuma no intended that the PSG fullbacks I think I was so much impressed with them ejuma wotum na wo ye no it is because they have a kind of formation na bar it allows them to enjoy their game up front honum into what works honum no they will get other players of fin honum urban protection now once wotum was them one most at times na ya share one recovery no it's also another thing now me feel that tell two na ye boy team no na bad or honum and then once wotum na wo ye ni but forget about the 2 goals na PSG was share no abaka da hono it gingered as Aston Villa for there now this game was not over you to me IBB in the 34th minute no you need to remember benya a goal and so it was a deflected or a shot no and wotum na was share no but second half no I wanna me win the game no Aston Villa no really wanted to prove that my point there they are in there to make that against no and Ebasha it took them 2 minutes until again look at that solo run no from the heart of the midfield the ball over tackles one tackle one or move na or kwenyim or code with the 18-yard box na nyim no he realized the keeper in the position no if you go see for that man or your long range drive now keeper on to monya shape a wonderful goal and this guy to mo share honum fast forward 2 minutes later then she go as you cancel to mo share no be this is a center back in that movement no confidence and then execution no for me I'll give that to a boy no it's after the moment of 57th minute no na game na kwa 3-2 or honum after all yes you give it to him because of ne assist no to make you honum no that man antri no to mo no clearly you give it to him beating the first man second man no to mo honum laying the ball back no but still now no Ruby me feel that player no sanka when you that more confidence na Bianca Rashford no good assist no and can win 2 man counter on them into that moment no now you could see the Aston Villa as a team no now one person when I started today was speaking or no so from there no game about 10 years now Aston Villa for once na kwa koto PSG for one do they created numerous opportunities or no Marcus Rashford ni shot or boy ya goalkeeper Donnarumma or team na o make it am save or no Marco Asensio no so the same thing as Kwanzaa no so on your body be the same thing it took a certain goalkeeper the first leg you know it was about Kvaratskhelia it was about Desire Doué but this time round you know it was about Donnarumma that's here about Champions League you know not say the moment they mean that's like who key players you know they cannot turn up for you you are going to expect it there a certain goalkeeper you know go person you know should be the difference I made to now qualify in Akowanyim and then for me the best player on the field of play for PSG team you know now it wasn't any outfield player but then I bring out from Donnarumma no and ended up finding the feet out to making sure there pressure on bet in the second half no a quani biado so no more than a crampa he will be there to save his team so look at the numerous saves I bring and to no make you honum and by and large in back the PSG as a team no second half no wasn't more than 2 months to but then first half no says at least they did the yeoman's job no because imagine the 2 goals number and then Aston Villa what 2 watch that 3 goals no in the first half and second half Ebian Kanopa will be saying something different. It's no member PSG for now, but especially Luis Enrique and so now no good and also to no only Jumano. However, me should be they need to learn their lessons. No. Now the next stage now we could know it's about 100% perfection in terms of ball now. Bebono, I couldn't say Kojam will concede 2 goals if you are. Maybe next time you know, and you would see friends in Mohonom. And that Bradley Bacola wasn't in the game for me. I show you Kvaratskhelia for instance, he wasn't the man for me. Desired when they don't in the second half no so when tum that way hundo and that became a defensive aspect of PSG team no and I'm wasn't bono tum na okoso or honum but then Aston Villa for no so Ruby definitely tell you tum na yebon na bad or honum Marcus Rashford since we're making the debut was more Aston Villa in January up till now no or ya in the EPL no players are wobono a probia we tum na we make the most assist now or ya Brent Tower for Marcus Rashford and it'll prove the reason why coach no ban Champions League now he would prefer to start him ahead of the others, no. I numbers in both also in your economy. And then the captain of the team, no, McGinn, he led by example. And then the also go now to support more assist or honum. I mean, this is how you also introduce yourself there. You are ready for the uphill to na other one in Tiambo Aston Villa for Nabado. Now, Ruby, Yasha Bibi Wahade. Aston Villa this season in the Champions League. Urban one home performances now. Results are way to na win, no, for me, or as all yet impressive. And Abia back the way for Champions League no. But for a team in a long time, you know, of coming back again, no. So but this season, no, not so bad we in the quarterfinals. For me, about one bad because you would expect the consistency, no. So by Abia some of these games, you know, they could have managed or honor. Now this season in the Champions League, matches our boy wa Villa Park or no. So far as I shall Kasefuna wish one now. Or as I would not watching or Bayern Munich shown by a goal to 0. Watching Bologna shown by 2 goals to 0. Was also watching Juventus ball 0-0 draw honum. And I watched the Scottish Giants Celtic was shown by 4 goals to 2. I feel watching the Belgian champions and so Club Brugge once won by 3 goals to 0. And another was what to watch PSG Funo was shown by 3 goals to 2. Until they were filming the Champions League. However, at least was it that man or respect, you know, and I feel was there a certain value be was a top club and wonder under the world film or a bad do but the performance is Ruby or Yaza no tum na osunyua into neighbor boy Aston Villa for na bad when then once again to know 17 games at home in all competitions you know in the Aston Villa went to na one Lucy or honum it's also very good the tum na watch the ma one wasn't bono or tum na osunyua into yamba na bad or honum and the yakawade actually the full backs now Hakim Ronye Nuno Mendes wants to put one start in the Champions League this season now or Yaza tum na osunyua. This season said the most goals by a defender in the Champions League or Nuno Mendes 4 goals and away to Nawashe and our friends the most assists by a defender in the Champions League this season or Yaza or a rental from Ashraf Hakimi or David Zapacosta and I want to know why 5-5 for your assist I want to was in one way to na was when you want to na yambo one bad or honum. Now me should be my young queen and na young call ye signal duna. And that FC Barcelona Colusi 3-1 was the man oye Borussia Dortmund. Now that obi biara onya akonya hwe game no, especially after the game no statistics no be ni na clearly that it was a game FC Barcelona for no one wasn't going to one so anyone. And then an open Erica may take them for someone's watch him there. So if Barca will go into the next stage, with this kind of attitude Ruby ABI, it won't be good for them. And one problem I know you can with your day, almost every pundit will talk about it, is their highliner Barca football in their games. And Ruby about to be it is going to affect them. And the corner club I often Borussia Dortmund. What to know what British Barca for one defenders, For me, no, I want a crack. Because consistently they could move. Offside decisions were to know about. But you could see them, Borussia Dortmund, wants one coordinated effort there. What about to know break the high line press of fire, Barca for one defense setup, Now it was that simple, and we are still saying, Hansi Flick, baby, a best team be on now. About the clinicalness now, they will be there. About the one defender, they are going to be there. And into that, defenders one wasn't but not on anyone. Now, the attackers of FC Barcelona, they've been tremendous this season. Rafinha, Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal, Femi Lopez, Danny Olmo, where you are waiting why as also anyone. But into the game, they were very silent. Into the attack who boys one wasn't, it was because not a shit team I from or yet Dortmund. A corner will see what for that, that would defend which one now. While my Barca found down my dog chances, And in terms of chances creation by FC Barcelona, Ruby, now I have on their own so anyone. Full 90 minutes. And the Barcelona to create a big chance in the game, which is very bad. A team that wants to win the Champions League. And about 90 minutes of football, ball possession and about 54%. Now up and then create a big chances on the day I will Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, Rafinha, and to create a chance in the game. You question opponent to be sitting on now. I know what to level.
I must say, Enra Bassa, almost engine, while more game, no. I'm who says Pedri, no. A woman said we are giving all the praises to Lamine Yamal and Rafinha, dear, but Pedri.
Yes.
Oh, the last time I saw a poster, now even Ballon d'Or rankings, no, not or toss of Bemiansa. Ogani ya jumo finfi opa. Enra I was one starting game na say man.
No doubt about that.
You
want to tell me that Sebastian bonus a Pedri and Bobness won't create a chance. Then Barca don't deserve to win the Champions League. If this is the argument, because more no injuries will, suspensions will. And see the next league, another semi-finals, That's a Pedri Copra. Barca catching us a Pedri count to one ball. And the performance, to be honest, it was shambolic.
Of course.
And I'm happy there. Barca admit there. And then no here in the first league, no why you human. But on any good day, beyond Dortmund furniture there. And then I want to open ball now, especially with Signal doing now. One performance is Ruby or Yazo no or was through Honum. So for me, the Dortmund for ball now bad, especially a bench our front or Serhu Gurasi. For me, he's the guy for me this season Champions League. I mean, for an African player, not yet but Champions League, even though the team were exiting the quarterfinals. Now we're talking about 13 goals or Honum. Into the game, no team no about hat-trick in the game. Shane penalty no boy no penankano. The confidence alone should tell you that boy we know he's come to stay. Let me tell Thierry Henry. Also, he loves to watch this guy because of the technical abilities. Sebeke Abasa for one first game away no, another go home no. Not performance na that one so anyone. And no go for chastise the boy way. But I felt there, boy is all signal do na. So when I'm more confidence na, ejuma no obotum na waye. Second goal no simple the same thing. Baby, I now assist no to Mofi or Bay, no. It showed you the sheer determination of the Dortmund team in there. A Konibiado say, even if you want to now, one Shabasa when you want in Fima, and the game, no one can lose or honor. The yellow wall, no, look at the support. Then I miss what share your team in the upper honor. A Juman or other one performance or two also in you. Now, in the history of the Champions League for Borussia Dortmund, Serhu Gurasi, Ruby Oyaza, in a single campaign season in the Champions League, no. On the way to watch the most goals for your Borussia Dortmund. Oh yeah, an achievement because such a Dortmund team now, young strikers are about team no. Currently, can mention two top strikers are one buzzing balls to anyone in the world of football. These are elite strikers. You were Lewandowski. This is checking the numbers. Check numbers or by no quick in a single Champions League season for your Borussia Dortmund, you know. Or as I bench to about 10 goals or Honum. Erling Haaland, we can make the same argument for him. This season has not been a good one, but I check in the career in terms of numbers. Ruby, if you are talking about top 5 strikers in the world currently, you listen to film, not support 10 Champions League goals, and no two na obey or honum. But in the a certain Guinean player, an African player or join the team for the first time this season way. Now you about Champions League. Now boy we to 13 Champions League goals for your Borussia Dortmund. Clearly for me, or deserve any about body bad boni bia.
All right, Osman.
Maybe I tell them wasn't money as old to na osenua. Inti yambo oye Dortmund for na bad once we few minutes. However, for FC Barcelona no, it's about the kind of hard worker once we to na or no. But at the end of the day no, more higher qualification no. It's another 3-1 an own goal and a Rami Banks a bain so tomorrow channel or no. Or make an assist in the game. But no consider a goal or no ma. No so went to na one ball or ye need team no. However, the baby not Dortmund from were feeling there. Obotum nanka was more goals no. Nanko to nanka was a game no. But it was just rather unfortunate.
All right.
Now mobile biano Basafuno definitely they deserve to come back to the Champions League semi-finals. So since 2019 season no, Basafuno now they are back into where they feel that they belong. Instead of Basafuno were Champions League kingpins are. Madrid in the last 10 years no. Check their numbers in the Champions League no. Bibi acha the Basafuno this season Ruby. Yabo na bad hands a flick man why year. So far 2025 no. This is their first lose in the year. And our first goalkeeper will just station it.
And the first defeat.
In the FC Barcelona colors, you know. Okay. Yeah, Dortmund for now, but Barcelona deserve the applause today. Wait to now qualify now.
Meda salesman. I say hello. I go by the name Bandana, the CEO of Total Design Group Construction at CCTU. Aston Villa had a fantastic game, but I'm worried they didn't qualify over PSG. They had all the chances to eliminate PSG, but denied. Okay, when they deny, okay, miserably despite we qualifying yesterday. I will say it was a terrifying moment for all cherished fans of Barcelona, to the extent that Dortmund ended our beating run from relaxed at Iguafo AJ Chrome camp. No, the way Eddie Frau, Eddie Abba. I'll say Madrid. Okay, good morning. Arsenal will do the do because we are the Arsenal from Mr. Arsenal Kakumdu. No, some other think we are going to play already made. Okay, they will see the true Arsenal today. Okay. Hello, Madrid. One for Bibi and fan can one mahala na. And I say good morning, Miss Shubi. I go by the name Discover from Abrobiano. Tonight, Bayern Munich will shock the whole world. So Barcelona should get ready. For we Bavarians, I know and believe that Bayern will be the top. Okay, for tomorrow morning. Okay. Yenfa we interact to anafe yenko. I say good morning, Miss Ruby. I'm surprised you are making fun of our coach Vincent Kompany. Mark my words, Bayern is going to surprise Inter this season. This is football and anything can happen. From Sebaya inside Zion. Because Bayern to qualify, I say Bayern qualify no kusia Barcelona. With the kind of ball I buy in Ebon, I doubt so much maybe bust a frame. But say Interqua, one by another time. That's what I'm saying, you know. Okay. FKK. And results need to crabby or hona. To another expectations, none of them.
Yeah. And announcement video was to say Bassa betting me acquire double over a Borussia Dortmund. Untimin for Tana and so blaming no baby because now. Which first leg game at Dortmund for Coton now man for blame more because that game now that 4-0 no they had some chances yeah come so where your mind is on be clinical now mo a mini business say that first leg at least a goal or two be there come so be team can but obi so be ka Sebastian so e creative bebre in fact shot on target crowd mo nya 10 as against Borussia Dortmund mo so nya was it 3 yes 3 shot on target. Okay, can you know about Dortmund? I knew enough. Say, on betimi anya go. Yes, game. And that was the end of the story for Borussia Dortmund. Said this season on be progressive beyond a quarter finals. No, it was a difficult game. Now results and also so they are no problem. So, but omo befi you know. Now media mo jidie kakra wo mumu. No so mo shabasa for you balis. So munya a respectable score line. Our signal you do na hono no. Now you're possible so metimenya sa results no but so mo ye no 3 na pasa tip 1 so no there surprising kakra because e bia na nka draw bi on be twene tawe sa no mo draw bi anasa so mo wini cramp na e bia 2-1 bi e bia 3-2 bi on be a game no be that close but the way almost ball game na nra chances so mo create ye no no be can carry my day me or a fine footballer one crown am fan on to no onye clinical ball no be ball obe taking on defenders very good on the ball be run it and run no ball both field no be bia no ho ube hu no left ube hu through the middle through the right into ube here no akọ bi ema kakra bi na nka hye na ekọ corner thing say surgery ne side kan na yes ekọ corner ansa ne ho no se ogurasi eyi ne ho make sure say obetimi ahye sa 3 goals no dia man tifre kwan of fast so share ne goals no indeed no be aka Africans here performing your boy homodin and all that and for me no akwa the only player because where did Dortmund and him yes the only player in their history but this year can 2025 no be an share basafui and on etimi lead you omo ono kwa share that goals no Emma Basafu and your first defeat in 2025 surgery in the first defeat for Basa as a goalkeeper and Basa also the team and indeed team no dear but said an American a two-legged affair and first leg modern wow betchere no performance I'll be put you up no results I'll be na betchere will say ubeko because if you na guaranteed yes and you guaranteed cry and you guaranteed say be more move home na account ebi a be count ube win there but e be enough for you to qualify and on Dortmund for no ekokocha feel say inexperience how we ye pa from that first game no
all right
omu coach no so anhya da mboa Nico Kovac yes one mboa situation e kra into be here this second leg no osua de pa from the game on Bayern a boy on any day and found said the season no esitie under Jurgen Klopp and no mo ta Bayern pa but if you oba no aye on and off omu wini baako ebi during the season omu bo 4 games Bayern ebe make sure so be wini mo 3 and also be wini mo 2 obema baako abodro ne na baako wa lucy but seasons be broad ma Bayern dominate you this season from our last game now Bayern before this game no omo ne Bayern that weekend no ombo 2-2
yeah sure 2-2
and look at the coin omo fast wa omo ma game ne every Bayern sem omo kobo sa draw nti sa science no show ya na man who say Nico Kovac esua bibi anya sa experience no I think say it was a good performance right. And official results no so best survey omo good my supporters no feel okay but for more as Dortmund there for me they understand omo nim say omo ahoɔden ne omo team no sanje Champions League cramp na omo enka say oh yeah okay we are good we are accepting that but omo so project no omo feel say also omo share free baby Louis Sahin by one me adwuma papa ti o say Nico Kovac ba na obema stability na ba no to aso ntimi mfa nko anim and I think say science no and yet all that 100% but it's okay for Borussia Dortmund as a team.
Okay.
Barca do almost deserve so more qualify because first leg omo ye adwuma and also this season the Champions League omo performing ye papa. E so omo nya omo first defeat and also omo this will be their second defeat right? In the Champions League. Because a certain Monaco
bomb 1-0 yeah.
Monaco na show group phase and they free ho banana. I think say they Dortmund so ababa be shom to Barca e deserve
all right
yes progress now mo so can PSG there na be can form one omo so akira after say omo ni Madrid na egu omo ni mas in the league phase e kakakra bi komo e free mo and omo nya akwanya e ko ball that playoff no and omo qualify from the playoff no so we compare things say it's all been a PSG not even Real Madrid a PSG na akire say ye nya sa second opportunity no sa second chance say yenso yenkyere de yenso so ye wono from ayo mu coach Luis Enrique na ye ho un say come from in the Champions League na team na wa hyehyɛ nke hu ni saa o yes enti wo kɔ wani mu progress e that big competition say Champions League no eno na obia be hu adwuma a why as a coach that is Luis Enrique yem fama no Aston Villa wini Villa Park no enye wanwa kra but there one say omotena ho ama PSG
beteki
2 goals lead na ko bi be share first go abeka senka yo but this is football said ye ka no obetena fie so anya onyoma ye from the word go referee na blow ne whistle no when timi and take up na when nya sa good start na opponent no be ba be hadwen but they also good say okofom so a obesa sorry once again omukọ away na test be ka saa 3-1 no mo concede ya no eno ani ade a wo say ho so mo na ko take lead no na PSG for ba better nti ka nyoma ba ko say PSG for no team no bia ne sa na individual qualities no enye enough but the certain coach friend Luis Enrique no ne dey sa na adwen ne experience or dey bo mo no eno na push am I think say why adwuma so pe wo say ye born abaso probably ebia we be Paris Saint-Germain o mu season
me da say FKK edi no yamra ne games ne so na fe ye medi ho kowo kakra emfanto aso o say we are Arsenal we are the Arsenal to the okay what are they saying remontada if you have pate tada rice tada sakatada odigatada why would you fear remontada? Arsenal 2, Madrid 0 in the first 30 minutes. Osman Tada.
Supporters.
Hey, I asked him. Odigard Tada. Muna moko Pate Tada. Yen was the same. Champion Miss Ruby, good morning. Tell Arsenal players to be extra careful, but Santiago Bernabeu, okay, because Bernabeu is not only a stadium but magical and a wonderful stadium. But Madrid will win, but won't qualify. Okay, in this game, Gunners all the way, more fire. Big Joe inside Atabaze. No, the way Eddie Abawa had of saying Madrid to win but won't qualify. Okay, a Japan de Valverde. Real Madrid will win by 3-0. I don't say what they are. I mean, our message on 0244 743 0244 743 143. I'm running games, so now you quickly and for Osman.
Yeah, Miss Ruby.
Yeah, and the games, you know, quick. 10 minutes on to these games.
Ruby, Mama starts in Fis and 0. And then I want to say by a day because Bayern Munich was a 2-1 defeat, home defeat, and I was away. Naka, Yabakade say, Inter away, Waka question Bayern, that should be 8 or Honum because why would you put over show? It's in car, Inter for Betinetino. Definitely, it should be a game for a club, Inter Milan or Honum. But Ruby in football, history and other football analysis and other trajectory, no. Sometimes no follow logic them. Actually, between these two clubs, they have a history in the Champions League, and that's what makes this particular game very interesting to watch. But I can admit and understand. Obiso Abekade Bayern for one team, 1 year into maybe a game it is over for them. Now between these two sides in Yanano, Oyaza way to now we share 6 times in the Champions. Last time is in common, and so far no Obi to maybe no 3-3 But then say the last 4 games are. Bayern from Wakakobo Interfu won't fit that is San Siro now. Ruby, it would interest you to know there. So Bayern can wait to San Siro in those 4 matches in Yanano, or win the games, and we'll win the games, so Inter to me shall go. In those 4 matches, Nininaso Oyaza in the year 2006, Bayern from San Siro Koshe Inter by 2-0. The same season, another in 2011, 1-0 occurred in favor of Bayern Munich. And after in 2022, no sumpo okwa a win for Bayern in San Siro. So the last 4 games, so if this is the result, Inter for against Bayern, what China out, then I Bayern supporter, but there going into this particular game, they can win. But winning the game, maybe someone there have a goal margin, and I was the win because we 2-1, I could win 1-0. Not the game, so I acquire drawing. So coming by 2-0, it means Bayern is qualifying. In Inter knowing perfectly that this is the result, other one they will try to do something better in that game. Now, Inter could take a good record when it comes to the knockout stages in the Champions League. The last 23 knockout stages games are Inter 21 times, and away to now were advanced in those round of matches, especially after winning the first league. What I would to the major money power on them. But last season, for instance, the round of 16 in the Champions League, Inter could win the first leg by a 0-0. But walk away to Atletico Madrid for Wanda Metropolitano. Game ended up on aggregate 2-2 or hold to Colusia away 2-1. And they could be enough penalties. Atletico Madrid for winning by 3-2. or penalties and was a qualifying. So that is also another bad one. Inter will try to avoid this particular unwanted record. No, the last Moko question in this season, people say to be one. But this time round, I want to say one fear. If you now won you good records against Bayern Munich or Honum. So let's see what is going to happen. Then again to Bayern Munich. So after what about Champions League? The first league we lose Ruby 8 times no 7 times or Yaza Bayern for lose those games Yeah, but Champions League na Bayern for we lose the first league 8 times and the margin we see. But 7 want to qualify in ko But last season round of 16 against Lazio Okolusi first league no say bakaya but okotine fie no go over 10 and want to qualify. So no see be Bayern for will also take advantage of. But Inter for one last 14 home games in the Champions League. We will win 12 and we will draw 2. One last 14 games in the Champions League. Okay. So if you look at the records for the two sides in the game way interesting. Game when will be I feel the Inter for the upper hand. In terms of the defensive solidity, made for the stability they have over there. And the attacking front and face, the kind of players are on any good day they can punish you. Inter can do that. And I should buy him for now. Arguably, one team no said that when you dama about the stability I should have made for compared to defensive setup and attacking front Attackers they have good players on any good day. So I kind of want to worry you they can equally punish or Inter But how about the defenders one defend against Inter can they do that? Can they prevent Inter from scoring goals in the new brand now? And for me that is a question now. Yeah, be say you I know way. But I feel the Inter they have what it takes, the quality enough Obotum now Bayern from both teams definitely will score in this particular game. But any team to win and qualify in this game, Ruby, I think I'll tip or Inter even though on avalanche of goals baby, ABR 3-1, ABR 3-2, ABR 2-1 in favor of Inter Milan once again. For me, I'll tip or Simone Inzaghi and or any place in the Jumono Obotum na wakwa into Inter to qualify in this particular game of honor. The center of attraction, Santiago Bernabeu, obi pia na attention on this particular game nondo. And then they still now know Real Madrid. We know the magnitude, the massiveness of the club. Arsenal in the Champions League, you compare onye. In fact, you just cannot compare these two sides of honor. But the only thing on my game way, interesting. On my game way, obi na attention because bien. Real Madrid playing against Arsenal in 3 Champions League matches. Now on to one go against Arsenal. The last game occurred with Emirates Stadium. It was a game and I contemplate today. Madrid with the kind of quality I want to mokuteno. So even if Obekolus were Emirates Stadium Madrid would definitely have to score a goal honor. But your performance Madrid this season one day busy because it was surprising to the players one ankasa the kind of game I walk about Emirates Stadium. And the kind of goals that Arsenal was sharing, Ruby, aside from Mikel Merino the goal, say Declan Rice this were goals ordinarily. Say catch in the first game front tour. Now you judge that them goals and Kobotu in the game. Men yesho than Kebianka, Abaja to this goals Kobotu Nanka Wabado. All said and done, your first leg 3-0, and Arsenal was away. Now after the game, Madrid players on social media, I've seen their commentary. Jude Bellingham started, I think on Monday. And okay, it is believable on Wednesday the people to me see Rodrigo be commenting, Vinicius be commenting. I mean showing the confidence our boys in war. And the press conference, meeting some Bellingham and Orca. I say since I call Lucy will be and even from London Pono, the word I call dressing room what I will use or a remontada. It is because Real Madrid as a club they are the team when it comes to this particular feat in the Champions League now. Ruby or Yaza wotum na when you or honum. Into so confidence in Obotum that's why Bibi Damana. On Yaza Bekodo Oye Humbia honum. Now when the game atmosphere is something and also Obotum we are going to witness you or honum because yes the all trace now, especially welcoming the Real Madrid bars they will do something or be a massive honum. In terms of why the Tifos no see Bonda was a Dama representations in the Stadium honum to prove 1 point today. When it comes to the Champions League, say a per club and once one buzzing boss to a new one club when you made your money now or your club or your Real Madrid or Honum. And so now super more be interest on Honum. I've listened to Mikel Arteta and the press conference, just as okay last week, and then the Obi Sanos is not going to talk much. But in terms of performances, the food of play, and Obotum now, and Ruby, I feel that it is also an interesting one. Now, Real Madrid, they've seen a lot of it to Honum in terms of the comebacks, on your finger against Manchester City, against Chelsea, or Honum, against Atletico Madrid, even this season. Look at how they struggled, but they managed what said up in the experience now. Or as I once were to now, when you hear Honum. These are some of the signs I'm married from Russia. They believe that on any good day, if they had the 12th man and that is the supporters now, they can easily have that man numbers. Now, if you want to know what and so we should be able to wonder what can Arsenal do differently, or make sure they are going to keep themselves in the game of Honum. And Ruby one, I feel that Madrid they are welcoming back most of their key players back into the team view. Into the midfield that you against Arsenal last week, me sure they be maybe Bellingham and they will start Madrid in there.
Okay.
Until they Chameni is back. Ceballos, he's also back into the team. But they can also push him into the midfield of Honum. Because Madrid in him there, say if Arsenal can do better, it is about Arsenal for one midfield, Say a German Thomas Partey, Declan Rice or the guard will dictate to pace now. They can still beat Madrid again. Obotumasha goes to be a Honum. Until the Madrid will do their possible best today. Open 1 now. One Jabon from Arsenal for day. One but to sit one game now. So they will try to crowd the midfield. Now we're talking why you
right.
But for Arsenal, maybe someone there. Madrid football would look at possible areas. Last time I mentioned Madrid football on podcast. I was the Mon Command Madrid TV. What's the Arsenal team? They say extra the defensive back line now. One of the areas about to target a pano, the left back Honum.
Okay.
That is why Luis Kelly in the area Honum. One, because we believe that he's inexperienced. Secondly, the age no kutano and a ball up bono. I bent to a two show. Until there's a Madrid overload go good boy in the side of Honoma. And our child the other area no can be freed. Now we to why enjoy one. It's something different they may want to target to Honum. So also be a very clear Honum. Once again, if you look at all your Madrid scoring goals now, you would expect that in the Indian blue way no. Mbappe should have a good day. Vini should have a good day. Rodrigo should have a good day. Bellingham on a good day. No super bottom now how I be. So combat the money, it means the Arsenal defenders should work very hard on them. Now for Arsenal, what can they do to also prevent Madrid from qualifying? Ruby chances not baby on them. Sabeka last week, Abukasa bought some first crosses by 2B. Now when here they been a play just to connect the ball, nobody was there. Madrid would have tried to attack more. But the moment Madrid will attack more, has taken a few chances here. Why not? But counter breaks, because Madrid are trying there. Defending is also a problem for them this season. Until they say Vasquez bought the right back on the Mona. I'm expecting Martinelli there 1-on-1 up in speed now. For you, Juma. Because I can watch but in the yesterday the Alaba game no starting the view.
Okay.
Until they are Ferran
Garcia.
Ferran Garcia will definitely get in. So I'm about Mendy to Honum. I want to see Bukayo Saka once again. Ruby, this is the moment. Saka would have to prove it there. Yesterday, we have a conversation of all trophies about Lando and Wombonism, but this is the moment that he can also be there. So definitely, Arsenal will be a few chances. One chances now. One team now one very big on Ruby, I feel and then you improve. It will be a game for Real Madrid.
Okay.
Unless they will decide not to turn out and most Mokosi last week. Madrid would definitely win this game. But the Arsenal would also score.
Okay.
I'm expecting both teams to score.
Okay.
But after the Madrid qualifying, it will depend on the Jamaica credit.
Okay.
It will be one. Arsenal players being disciplined. Because they cut the red card. Numerical disadvantage. Madrid will take advantage. They will beat you.
Sure.
Secondly, Madrid football tried that the first 15 minutes of the game, they would want to get one goal. Some of Madrid question go in the first 15 minutes. Ruby, I'm telling you, pressure never back. And then again to talk at the last 10 minutes of the game. 35th minute question, 45th minute. And Madrid question go
time
pressure baba. And once again, no Madrid football when you hear, especially the last 15 minutes of the game. Against Chelsea, against Manchester City,
against Bayern Munich. Last season, Hoselu.
And in the Ateta being 90 minutes of concentration from the
all right, Osman.
Madrid to win, but Arsenal will qualify.
I say Madrid to win, but Arsenal to qualify. Osman, the Wenger, Ameja Paul de Valverde, Madrid will win and qualify. And and we are also there with the Aban. Good morning to you and the amazing sports team. I'm Alberto from UCC. Please, why do all journalists make it look like Arsenal committed a crime by winning the first leg? This is because they are playing Madrid. They will see Pepe tonight. Hala Madrid. Okay. May I say, and good morning, Miss Shubi. The results of yesterday's game were not expected, but it was clear that the teams who won the first leg would qualify. Today's games are different. Both Madrid and Bayern can cause an upset. The main play will be in the second half. It will be all die be die. Over 1.5 in all the games in the second half. All right. And you're about to answer with the commentary, but that's KK. And you're ready. How many qualify? I'm right. I
think that's our chance. I'm a favorite that game about Santiago Bernabeu because of the number of goals of Mensag at Emirates Sports Stadium. That's just that. Doesn't also mean that Madrid didn't win it. And so I gave the possibilities for man, especially for Madrid. Yes. ABS so be caught down 3 no bad.
Doesn't
matter say Madrid na yen ball. There is a first time. And also so our possibilities no. More the qualities so meeting there na and also yes.
Sure.
Tiwe nyina ya dia I was say Kuma ni na no betimi asho but so can you know I still feel say as Arsenal for stand a bigger chance so benya qualification than Real Madrid. Inter for games how many Bayern now but Bayern call a baby or more koshe Osman the statistics no at all but I see this Inter Milan team no differently mentality be different altogether we be able to way back waka Empo Simeone dia or they could do finals no I think said that fan money City na boy
City
how almost stretch
Rodri one go pen
yes. And that team now with the same coach I think say in the Champions League more boy pa and for me on bet me manage your way out enya the qualification over by now I see person on bet to us so win this game no on bet me in the double for the first time over Bayern and so I see these two teams qualifying over both Bayern and then and two experienced sides Bayern
Madrid and then you
and it's the last season I'm on the ball semi-finals and I think it's sadly baby I do know say
Madrid ne Bayern
yes
okay yeah fancy ever share you ray Arsenal and the Vanguard so osirigu ni musa cause FKK akase omo advantage into osirigu ni musa osirigu ni mu. Okay, young fancy 52 minutes past 7. The Abefie. Nyami admin me better from Nafia brought live commentary from the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. Madrid against Arsenal. Now the update from Inter Milan and Afi Bayern game no so at me Edia ba. Yam refie na fe ye a local news or hayi papa Ghana Premier League outstanding games ever so. Ora ket akwacheche car. Cars ne the F pa F. Just say, ya de mama arififo no. Yamre na fe. You didn't come or would you ready to see about
Ghana, are you ready for some cool chop? Game Back Pick 1 multiplier is now bigger from 26 times to 30 times. Play Pick 1 Pick 4 in at least 2 of the 3 daily draws and you get a free 2 Ghana City bonus. Dial *946# to start playing now. Game Back is regulated by the MLA. Play responsibly.
Hey, I know for better for worse, so Kastle FM for bomb.
Kwame sheni multi-bet ujidi se ebe farmer ne nanfufuo ni ne titafuo nyina or the betway for bet influencer e bet one the fufura abro cheche ni code no etimi mani nya sika course dudu o cheche no na chire sika dudu obenya obia betimi e bet influencer we e ya the fufuro kra edikan e wo wiase afa na nyina efi betway kai se nchehye kakra wo ho Gaming Commission of Ghana sashase woni fie nu otwe a enko ho bet ni munyansem.
The real sports is here. The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
Kastle 90.3 FM Suni Robert Mensag Sports NID Emma Wono Yabefie Abedi Efisem no ho enkomo na Ridge Royal Hotel Adama enkomo yababedi Kaise Easter no na yakwakodie na Friday Good Friday inti preparations no course kama Easter yi bede until from the 18th of April to 21st April your Ridge Royal Hotel akoji enipa Good Friday no Friday ye di enimi from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. no a family day out. Intebusuafo nyina amra bema wona oyire wona mma se papa no so nye ho no ma oba no ne nkra ne mra oba ni ho papa no ne nkra ne mra family obi amra aunties uncles obi amra e won panyifo a wo ho no ma mbedi agro nkra so side o mso bedi o magro swimming table tennis bouncy castle enti fa ba ne bra awofo ne panyifo ni obi amra Friday yi e wo Red Hotel Easter Saturday no case day out enti obi amfa ne ba mra on Saturday no nkro ne nyina amra poolside hall 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. no omomaji wo man Easter Sunday no special branch me say we free church ba Red Hotel straight ye kodidi buffet papa live music esan so di akire enti Sunday Easter Sunday no Bobia Fanijini Namra Red Hotel from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We are Easter Monday no day Easter Monday no family day out in Tebusanfoni Namra Red Hotel. Yebeji from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Intikayo say Easter holidays idie only baby ako Red Hotel Omo Cape Costa second read. For more inquiries call 0312 003 222 and 0501 672-908. Rage Royal Hotel, richly inviting, comfortably yours. Yamfa local stories no and to jam. Na yamramedi and komo. Ghana Premier League week 22. Never say to jam omra pole wu yenimu nenso e woni ti ye no na say na ho ye hihye nya no games no and to me ama so ye outstanding games in Africa only one. That is the match week air 22 in Tian call the first air fly and air for fixtures no and to draw net for who and ne games are a to draw. Young Apostles hosti Brekum Chelsea FC Samates Bocarella United Bechem United any BB any Gold Stars Basake Holy Stars Vision FC Adriana Stars any Heart of Folk a big game. I think say be the game of the week midweek now. Adriana Heart of Folk okay. Heart of Lions, about Media Man, no say a big game. Heart of Lions, name Media Man Sporting Club. Nations FC, need Dreams FC, and so a line so. NFA, Accra Lions, hosti Asante Kotoko. Game scene na 8 to draw, and 3 p.m. Nano Monaco PM Dr. Prosper Nate Ogum, or say tactically, Kotoko, are you ready for the game? Woma prepare pa. Say Accra Lions says struggle, being so that for my war preview and one into Oma prepare your papa for the game at Ebas one. Baby Annie Gold Stars head coach, or running the other friend Paul Manso so to draw. Say a man for a cat title race, no one someone. Almost a quarter be any Gold Stars and a process there be nation services so a title contender league no, almost able to me a job friend Paul Manso, what the San Semno, to me Eddie at to draw. Yanko Adriana Stars a catch a nay, run a day Eddie Choba Aristica, one day coach Edema Adriana Stars game one. Woman heart baby born was he game no ye game one. I no shape papa but am I prepared for the game and woman heart born Aristica.
Talking for you is not important from who play. I need go and the same fighting, the same spirit from the win, the same sacrifice inside in the pitch from not lose the game. This is need, no problem. You play from Hasofo, from Kotoko, or from Holy Star, or from another club. Need the same concentration, need the same fighting, needs the same spirit from aggressive, from possible collect the points. The player need to understand is the game from home. Our supporter is coming to support us and is paid the ticket, maybe 10 CD, 20 CD from see the player and support the.
And you know, supporters the method tickets no me game no na mo so prepare ye papa wo mo so be face heart na e wodoma intino choba aristica and all the sabrofo no e de atudwa e de amaye yanto aso na yan consent from Emra Ghana Football Association e de sa enkomo e de aba through the FIFA Forward Project. GFA no etumi e secure eye brand new 4x4 double cabin pickup vehicles for regional football associations in an effort to promote youth and grassroots football. Entino FIFA Forward Project anko for Jimus Ghana dia no FIFA e de boa eye countries ahodo member associations no. Yes ye na yesa kan ye no ye da koto pickups I sit so ya ba Facebook a efe I am not in the nim no so the nim no picture nim no ne Jinamwa is that's one. We Jinamwa I said Jinamwa kasa. Chiro through a FIFA forward project no GFA at the pickups in the abase RFs no woman j no omani swadi hunu sompe to me eboama youth football grassroots coast football no ekon kan ni santi na sika ne ba ye no omodi akoto kasi ora keto kreku Ghana Football Association president HHMU pickups are omodi Emma RFs no.
Our strategy is centered on grassroots development, recognizing that the foundation of strong national teams lies in the talent and passion of our young players hailing from all across the country. Over the last couple of years, therefore, we have made several interventions and implemented initiatives targeted at executing our strategy. These include, Mr. Vice President, but not limited to the following: revival of coast football everywhere in our country, KGL sponsorship of our newly introduced U17 Boys National Championship, which was established in the year 2020, the Football Association of Ghana's absorption of the full cost of registration of 90 players for every coast club in the country. What that means is that for every coast team in Ghana, you could register 90 of your players free of charge. Most importantly, the Vice President, the Football Association also introduced the digital playing license strategy, which allowed our clubs to register their players without necessarily having to travel, whether you are in Timbuktu or you are in Tatale or you are in Tamale, to Accra.
And so Raketo Kreku no Chemusa by the juvenile football no why waduma pa why waduma KGL foi almost 17 year tournament regional tournament near bo na se wasan so boa man register nkoda no wamra wuntu sika bia na de why aduma pa wo youth football man grassroots football ni grow but opeso ye bika ho nti ne RFS omo de da regions na no omo nanim ne ekoso region ni mo omo ni makoda bia wo se tokro bi mu a one way na one ko hono mu a ebe ya dinte o se e mo car oh the render e mo car no mo the cars no akokrom ho akra na se ko hwe nkra no aba enti we de anepa e na owura ket de aba cars enye owura Duncan the car ne si ho no car ne si wora obetwia ze kama enti eno ya nsema hodo a eno so ye bedi ho komo e wo dwumadie ne so na Asman papa no ni suit e channel for third picture no ni suit e channel suit wa Galka fonie Galka Mr. Ansa Galka on the president for Ghana League Clubs Association one ni penny for kopie mu wo owura eye FA na say yes owura ket ne FA no aso ya wo mo abase ne wo mo Galka fo no so no wo mo e ba na fe wo mo ene eye Jeff na ba be ka bomu no mo so atumi aye aduma no se be ya umbetumi aboa na Ghana football no so na tumi akron me papa penti no visit aimed at enhancing cooperation and stakeholder engagement eno ene de owura Donansa Galka chairman one ne panyifo kopie mu na sebostro mu ne ade nyina didimu a omkohia wo mo ene FA panyifo no so esco no so kwotwetwe community second picture no eno so no fato so kama na ye hwe se de eno so no omu nyina kabo mu a mutwa picture kama tino siboso de bi wa hyeche tino wudi mu a enie tino Galka fo ye to abama wo mo no akohia GF fo a wo mu nya adwendwen ho kwamfa so bebo ama Ghana clubs no enso adiye na Ghana football no so afa ne ntoma papa edi efra eno ene nkoma hodo no so no etumi atodwen to on that note em follow local news ni si ni eni nkomo e ba start ye the Ghana Premier League no ebeba etri but other issues on Galka visit no then pickups are FA no ede ama RFA no to promote youth and grassroots football no and I bedi kan ede ashas ye wi a na fe ye di nkomo wo the Ghana Premier League no and so emu all right man kai we say name Idea high sense Adama and Komo Yababidi. High sense for say borrow showrooms no munekwaje high sense quality product open refrigerator, gas cooker, washing machines, air conditioners, open air washing machines, no smartphones, sound systems, rice cooker, kettle, air fryer no. Do here be able so high sense showroom to kwanekwaje across the nation or try a air up to 5-year manufacturer defect warranty and said that afebo and train yam kaniano enye dede boko bibia demu boko efe so ya tie was na siesie ne kama for you a high sense quality products kwaje we de kai se okokuma sen kran takwa de takwa obo asikofodua sunya ne techimai tamal ene hoho ya high sense e ho wo mfimfim antem ha mo man kesim he ya Blue Hills restaurants e antiku akwaje high sense quality product kai ne free 0302 550000 0302 550000 high sense everyday prices for everyday people. Osman,
Miss Ruby,
you there?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I'm starting GFA. It is investment. It will be yes, investment is investment be in an institution. I na obwa or my institution or two morning or konenim. My BBI fine on the institution, especially the GFA, if they are doing something to also improve the efficiency within the human ones. So why you now? But the thing is, question baby say one day at this juncture, GFA one parity soon. Is it about pickups or one various RFAs now? Especially one our target one day open juvenile football now. Or for the one when you pick up, so now one for improving. I've been thinking about it, and I'm making aside from the movement of officials, we're moving our the major mezino. How does this pickups way impact players directly, especially when say new juvenile clubs is in common, coaches is in command, the kind of problems I will face, and in a way or two, is it the way to go? Now, I feel there or a good investment, but at this juncture, maybe my grassroots for here, this is not what my worship is. Yes, this is not what.
So, person we improve grassroots football and your pickups. I remember RFs.
Dabi.
Sir.
Dabi.
I don't know. I'm the villages. Now, identify talent. No.
Yes. And the place identification, about programs, neze go, about kind of respite, and also that by nyama na efena yamod goes the court clubs, and our juvenile clubs now. What about to know we produce more talent? Now a face, we said we pick up no kohonom na. Etum ne one, ne e you wanna chama yen na ya hwe. I will be me that is the issue that actually etum na. You focus na etum na. Yes, won't come on. You see, Ruby, I have a challenge with this FAW. Sabakaya, Katia Tuaba was a man. The first move was to increase his salaries, no administration, one salaries, no one bonuses, CBA, Obenya or Honum. And Bola Yan Shabu Kromaden consistently. The main actors of the game, Nankasano, and 177 forces are water when you're bonum. They don't get it to Honum. But your administrators, your ESCO members are Obia Yenedmo Honum. But one upon the Bosumosa, yes, 4,000 Ghana cedis. They are canadians, they go and account him, all because we're ESCO members. But players Nakasana born Wabono, when you're home for Subia or Honum. Yet in a chroma, and a club see on a wonder, you what GFA. Many to me a cofifa, your access or a FIFA grant is in your scano. Your quarter bus hammer this or football. They are quarter second hand buses. And I'm on this club's way. But if officials someone way you know, once you got a bus, I'm one also they all check if it's I got a brand new pickup. Just imagine. So it means that the main actors of the game, we don't respect them. Now, Mr. Sebusandras, how many years now? Bogana Premier League, what Division 1 or Chroma? Now, got a bus, I'm a drafter. As my koto home use bus, second hand use bus. Now, Zamon.
When you found Kokuma, so baby, just a chair.
Now, what are you facing? I don't want who
you Regents, Nisha, almost, also, my Dumano as a son, said the whole central region, Radankan, Wakoha, also, Kobebia.
Ruby, me just say you papa wo fi. Na dey be papa ka chodo menyiska but what do weekend a e bia boko sport bi no. Na wa ka gigi no tell so lidi a. So bubofu.
Wa ji aji bi kra ma afoforo di.
Atas me I read bubofu you won't understand. Because in the Irish is about some wo tua wanka. Nja na wo mu nska. Executive committee member bosom za won tua. They take money. Akwa administrators a wo efi ho na bosom za won ja kotia. Obi agi ni ska. So one warfare now. You always want to improve that. But the main actors of the game, you don't care about it.
Obi a boy we now a friend say player of the season. You to me man of the effort to organize any award ceremony. The last time I posted a friend saying a man feel for the winning the
Yes.
That was it last season.
Yes.
I Mrs. say, oh gala one more year anyhow. Now o kombe don post Premier League no kwabe ya bobble we whole season. FM to organize award am here who say ball league we Ghana ya league no. When na your best player, yen to me anye okrom hanum say yen to me anye. Last year ya komo bi sika ko twin sinti. Yen anye kranti yen ni enti besi nei enye ye na bia sempefo ya hwe ball last season yenim say bia oh boy no Imama Keke was the player of the season. FM no wanye bibia nothing.
No, it is very clear. For me, I feel that grassroots for no one point of investment baby. That we're talking about it. And how do you even get young talent from the unders? No, I mean, this year not we are even depending on these professional clubs. No, that one place out 1 year do 18, 17 for no, and they have one. But in Kobaya can they friend the 15 for under 17 for you go to the hinterlands, no, even the place of these clubs are. A group 1 year. You have your own database.
And so we will control maba.
And now, if you be some question about they pick up with or yeah, administrative use. But clubs here can answer Ruby. Last week, I saw a club you were enough for Mimbo Wenzi. What come about match? Me mean baby work.
Okay.
Coach in Kahubi. And I walk with the Aboboya. Aboboya. Coach in the 10. And a place in Kaino was one egum. Because pick up when you scar was the current to pick up. Oh,
I'm Prague. I'm to top. I'm on your Prague bear for the moon.
Messi Abobo ya. Me what club is in.
Okay.
But if you are coach will take program you no pay. And see he will testify to what I'm saying. Abobo ya no was the boys in the goom. And I walk about match. So players in one safety no. Yeah, you know then. Maybe we will come and tell problem there. So the area Facebook can even do something. Let's create BB. So one bar sipan carry for back to one bar. If you baby a class go to no apply in pa. One subsidize the one. Say be a person to come kwa hada ya. Mess modu baby nyen people come at the top bus so say student na say local school. Basin wu area. About to be na ko. Let's do something. But you always be no. You didn't pay for one. One wanted to one day.
I want vote. No vote.
Now 1 hour from you enjoy wonder mind to be me. I don't see any connection now. Pick up way
or rather than can they to call dunko a chili ho
that I don't know to quit. It will be sad to started from baby move na investment now confirm Monday see come 1 to 1 United 1 to 1 equal class 1 to 1 na say the pick up in the bar manya jisi wom but you see my problem with the if no keto crack what is be on kanu kwan what is be o chede I the ball no mo wan open na wo ba ye enti the oka pickups in one side. Until us in the FIFA grant money no. One phone to second hand goods.
There be.
And what on your mouth for your mom and I want to check. But a couple of us will use the F in this kind of water to allow my collapse now. Honestly, I'm going to your phone from a collapse. Why do we do that to ourselves? Because you'll be a benefit from baby now. And Ruby for me, before that, it is a good investment.
I'm up for FIFA forward. I saw how can kind.
Of course.
All other countries, I'm going FIFA forward. Say there.
$750,000.
I'm a hooper.
$750,000. I don't consider this man almost about getting to 5 million.
No, Bogatanga.
And I was what you call Balgatanga no. But I miss KB to Moji. What's the mini stadium 10,000 capacity? No, this one I cannot do. But Ghana quoted the Yennis. This is what we use our money.
Okay, FKK.
Yeah, me name the chamo. Okra dia who said no, Ruby and Shada no. I know one day, but I feel say or Jim Finfinty or say or Trenton, I don't know. Also, my name the entire so amused and I saw amazed because in lifestyle will come how lifestyle, no football from from top to down. The piano more the actors on the bre. Meanwhile, young Swinton or more footballers he racket near Fene, RFI Fui, or more the one winting or more. Football for ya footballers here, or wanting or more. Na FIFA forwards ba. Who say a Juman do more ye, but the room pen so I was a leader no. Udidi me na wo fu ene wa fu nyina hyehyɛ na omuntia FIFA desika ne baaye no na omugusua ebre nti waka court ho asɛm say juvenile so if you like send the city say omuba omo hyase so omo yo ba say da so te say
omo focus nya na say ye bobi ye na sa KG ade na omo ko hia pram ni etwa ko TV so no enu ana te say omo adwen am say enu ana eyi no Comfort Chrome game centers. Oba moving from one center to another one pram on to me next can call. Oh, Jahanum say KG for this car ba mo host na 17 no. Omo bra wa se anu mo a wa ba qualify kwaso no. Ni yakoti ani no wan na obi ahu say ye bo aye coach football Chrome hanum say.
Omo hu ni sa say ene sade be kina say footballers nyina se da bi. Se ball no kwa ye mobium. Oh, we dey be 1 year ni kra ball ni mobium ma. Do you think say FIFA de sa or music can beba? Say ball en kosu okroma footballers no feel say o de enfan say pen for no musisi ya mumbu ya mo respect enti ball no kra ye mbobiem ya jai ball. Arifi no wo hinfa. Arifi na o de sa pick up na kwa koma no wo hinfa na dwuma no e wo hin.
For say be central for so me jai RFA games bia bo me jai o mo tete nkra bia bia o mo nya coach football bia ma o de ko
hwe hwan
ma bia ba ko bo justify your
inclusion na de ko na cha no why mpo na de kwa ko hwe no na wo so wa na cha no why na de kwa koma no enti enye priority no na Osman kan nye de ehia ni esisi ye ene say RFA bi benya pick up bia tem kaye pa Carbon say bibia koso kama ye players omo sori a e bia match venue so ombeko finance say finance omo bo mo hye bibia se bo omo kama mo am kishi of facilities ni bibia gina na so kama menye sure so ko topic up ama ho a obi be kasa say rock your friends say nyanta chi be free ho ade a na ebi nsida so ye momo or talk cars ni nyoma
cars am say ache
of course but obi sha say free baby that time na oto no ubeka se no muhia na se no muhia yes no muhia pa e no de ma omo e no mo yisu abedu sampempe so but say ya satia kwa kire biem obviously coach ni we na yira omo aba revive no ba revive no na ensi hwa enwie peyo it would dey suso mo mfia na ndru ba bia abeka se o se dey ba bia du no ye behu yeso ne yeso hwe then o tokas bia ma ho a what am I? Mo angasa mo da mo cars papa mu da. Mo V8 ni ye we no. Mo nyina mo obi. Mo kuta bi dada. Mo de ye mo dwumenti. Mo de sacrifice kakra kwa mo ntimi nye. Ena sika iba ade potian wo se mo de be ya ma the larger part of the country no. Ye footballers na say the actors no football no. Omo be benefit na mo angasa mo satisfro na mo se di ade. Na mo de ye mo ho. Wo hwe Navarra say pick up Navarra. Say 2023 model po and I would ya. So it means say cars near the mom no. Me jina we so say no vary.
Yeah.
Say 2023 Nissan Navara 4-cylinder 281 kilometers po brand and as a model no mo de mom a vary from 683,200 Ghana cedis, close to 7 billion, right?
Yes.
Kabako. Close to 7 billion. Say 2022 say it could be 2024 model. So say 2023 model poa ni sika no. Na say 281 media no ye because ombetutu kwan e bia e kwan no ne tenten ne so ho. Enti bia omode de wosoro pa na ma omo a ne price no 683,200 Ghana cedis.
Almost 7 billion.
Almost 7. Aya almost po. Kwans kakra bi na 7 billion. And omo agesi o sesika yi. Die na ntimi mfanya mfama regional base yi clubs no. And for me it's all about themselves. Omo a say omo be feel okay na dodo na aka na no ebebre. Enti nye we na ye hia for say mo besesa no makwa akotenam na wo okọ na cha hwan. De ekomode no the otiti abubo ya so ne Prague ya eko management akọ ball nti say wo ye panyini na wo to luxurious car mu na nipa na wo hye se wo hwe no so ne hu hia no wo pen yie na wo pen nkan kọ no na so oti abubo ya mu na say ekọ a we be jama posterity.
All right.
Ntimi ye posterity na o say jama nti nchirima na ombeba no ombeba ko we ya tro edo hwe ase obi say de wa kasa o de story ni ma ni omo anso so atro no obi obi headline o de baaye me pese me hwe na me kan say omo say GFA uses FIFA forward to purchase luxurious cars for themselves. Yes, omo I so about already mo amu feel that no name how no on adwuma de wo ye na wo ye ni ye dodo na no omo ne o meye pe. There is no way omo ne o beba be ye pe, but at least ya de adodo na no benya ho mfaso ne ye on se de be o kire bi omo koda kro be bon pa pa
se obi ati a costume akada a jersey kra wo tam kra omni bi ball mpom de adwuma kra omni bi ball papa be ya no mo bo
TFA Ghana the major problem for young clubs in all the peak season now. Abandoned stadiums are used no yes. It's can for instance let me say GFA Academy mini stadium they about 5,000. Those matches no they will pay money. We investment.
Ubenya ho faso ho.
Which are there enye beyond them.
Let's go. I'm for just amount of money be the system in stadium and so say the engine.
But omo get da.
All right, yeah fancy I fancy I don't know how 3 times na bit ma be mo ho Osman.
That 3 times there so mutimi ma ne be mra dia. Be ma mra dia. Bibia chese obekwa.
Na beti Abdul Salam no sin there 3 times even if obaja tumumpa on start with
from the next person.
The next person no can.
But my
and there no so there na o ya ma no ho. Enya de okoya ma obi. Bibia na wo hu say say ya de na ni ya e be take effect.
Bibia na na so bibi so nim say bia obetumi aye.
Obetumi bibia.
Okay, yam fa hon see e yam na Ghana Premier League ne so say we the radio na sade ne dia Osman no ni ho hwe ka.
Bibia ko na nyim na ga ka phone samara.
That's all right. Yeah. Okay, any come Ghana Premier League ni.
Yes, games no be kodo no. Oba interesting, but I feel that the pick of the week in be yet doma. Aka have to focus kwa we. Wakoba against Oye Diana Stars or Honum. Na game way will be obey day. Na me share head to head between the two sides no. Na the game where had to vote supporter. Menjins there, we use about what's there. Elkwa way no. Able to make pick 3 points or Honum. But I football. Why? Because we be share 9 matches are 2 teams we share one bono. Na Diana Stars win number 6. Accra had to focus win 1. And the 2 times Aqua draw. I mean, it is a very bad record. There wasn't more Accra had to folk. Meanwhile, all of a sudden, Ruby, anytime we talk about hard to folk and then their games are against certain opponents, it looks as if they are results no another. A said hard to folk which was out to no. I are not on yet as a papa beer which was out to. And come match way and Capetims and we win the match in the Cassia. You should be hard to folk, mum. But this time round, you do understand. And in fact, the last 4 games, you understand what's next year against Accra had to folk no. Had to folk into Munko win the game in the Honum. Now, Ruby on win the game in the Bino. Uncle question goes what the last 4 games. Had to folk when question just even a go what into the year 2023. December 3rd. Adriana Stasha had to folk by a goal to 0. 2022 1-0. 2022 be a match 1-0. And in December 2020, Adriana Starcher had to focus by 2 goals to 0. So, I share the results where I had to focus on the Wokonya. And I general what's in the film part 1 to 1 share Adriana Starsa. Baby, I told that I had to focus in there in your way. No, this particular fiction, or tell what to will go in there. We are a giant, another a sleeping giant. Yes, we are tried there. Your brother, my young honum. Now, Ruby, now me share this season we share one in their first or year league match. Our boy, no. That game at Kastle Stadium, another had to focus one it ended up in a draw. Scoreless, Obi and Tuma should go on. So clearly, Accra had to focus going into this particular fiction. Coach Watara war, it starts from Indian way. So how to focus can push themselves in the position again, catch the Ghana Premier League. Yes, you are to one conquer. It should start with this particular game. The mentality shouldn't be there. How to focus on draw. And for me, that's my problem with them. So what the first thing in there, maybe you can't lose the game no. You can't compare at least 1 point to be na from brefe. Meanwhile, such clubs like Kumasi Asante Kotokoma, what kwa opponents are question for na kasa ni fie no. I know who be at 100 there. Timmy say anya enedwuma ya. They will come into our home, beat us no we to na wako nanyim. And I'm expecting the Heart of Oak going into this game no. They should be doing something better. But Ruby say sure yeah, Adriana Stars coach na Aristika. This manager or your bronyinize, but open experience in the Ghana Premier League now. In fact, we coach other clubs. We should have to for this wouldn't be the first time. Into Konibia, no so make sure there. Or it's not you know, but to know why you man. Now you should club form no. The last 5 games, Adriana Stars wabo. We lose just 1 game, and that was a game. Okolusi was in Macarella just last weekend. But fast forward in the last 4 now working, we win number 2, and I feel we to my draw 2. How to folk one last 5 games at Wabono. How to folk a winning 1 against Mediama, and a we lose 2, and a Wabo draw 2. Their last game was against or Vision FC. It was 1-1, and we to mobile honum. Adriana Stars in their last 5 games, you know, we to match 4 goals or honum in their last 5 games, no 4 goals. Yes. And Adriana Stars also put in their last, and Mekano in their last 7 games of Wabon, 1 losing one from more. You had to folk 5 wins, 2 draws, and a way to Nawako. But check something or had they had to folk in their last 5 games in the Ghana Premier League. No, wash only 2 goals. Yes, 5 games. Only 2 goals. Now wash. Yeah, so that is the problem of folk. And I'm coming there. Yes, we had they attackers into me goals. No, and that is something I can say. Coach Watara, so opera chain or your coach wet his salt. So what strikers into me goals? You need to come up with a strategy and now tactics, another formation. The other players will come into play. And see, Atata na go same no use to set pieces. Or the baby now corners want to more French goals in the last game, no, or you see free kicks, no to more goals or honor. So there can be something out of it can also create a honor. Ringers can also come in. No one to mama goals in the honor. Defenders, the last time we were tried almost to mama goals in the. And for me, he can devise a lot of strategies, Now we're two now boy. But Ruby, all said and done, no. History doesn't favor Heart to Folk. This season, yes, a Petima wants to put in terms of our performance. Why has Heart to Folk got to the second? After a year, Nations FC also. They walk away. I will two more pick a point on him. It's actually away league table now. Heart to Folk has what that second position on him. It's away and we pick 18 points. So 13 matches. So Heart to Folk win number 4. Why but draw 3 and I will lose 3 matches on him. So I think on your bad on him. In this game, with their mentality and how it goes for them, I believe that if they want to do anything, they should change the narratives, But Ruby, I believe that it be understands definitely what's in a fear, They will have that upper hand, Game we might end up in a draw. For Heart to Folk once again. But it be even scoring Nimpono, it be a 1-1. But I don't foresee they be over 2.5 obesity in the game. No. I doubt. So go to Baba, it be a 1-1 will be able to match it. It be a 1-0 in favor of the home team. But Heart to Folk to win the game, Ruby, I think it is likely impossible there. Game based on the history and the record what were against Adriana Stars. Nations FC against Dreams.
Hey.
Yes, another mouth watering clash and also Kodo.
After 4-0 defeat,
yes, 8 matches. Now Dreams FC they were cruising, but then media amateur one day up on the quality and once you put them level, they are also there by 4 goals to 0. I mean, it was now for Kasim Mingo on the boys was started the world drop a crack, but in their last 4 games, a possible 16 points, and they were to my one home was in 14 and away to Nawafa. Their last 3 games were winning in our honum, and that is one thing about a very good honum. Their last game in Swatramans and you say if you have a match against them, straightforward to make 3 points honum, no honum. But the serious game our boy before another in Swatramani match one, but what check Karela shown by a goal to 0, and I walk away quite hard to folk, watching by 1 goal to 0. So no support on a favorable result of honor. So that is one thing that Kasim Mengo swinging perfectly there. Send them your no support to Manawa Jumana. It all depend on the performance and also to Muna over the Nazi or if
performance was can't
yes, definitely you cannot write them off for honor. But the 3 games have since coming into the Ghana Premier League where shared Dream Saves, one simple one result has been positive. 3 matches were winning number 2 and I want to win Zama or club of Dream Saves. But this season we say Nation Saves so one was not sending you winner. they are going to do a double over Dreams FC.
First round, I'm going to share
Dreams FC 1-0.
Oh, okay.
Yes, was on 1-0.
I'm born to buy to tell
so. Not say. In the so no bet nephew no so ba no home bazin. No so she biewa. On time we Ghana Premier League no. E she team you home and away. If they able to do it me sure that Kasim Mengo no so botu na wa born home bazin. Ruby obi atumisha goals in these two between the two clubs no. The last 5 games are Nations FC wa born was 5 goals. And Dreams FC once won last 5 games no. Once we to match 5 goals. So per the Ghana Premier League standard
goals in
back. Yes. So average one match will be out to match 1-1. Or for me I feel that on your bad or double chance for the home team.
Okay.
Double chance for the home team to know. Damna Mayen or Honum. Samatex against Karela. Another interesting one of Honum. Samatex this season were defending champions, 8th position, 38 points. And a Wafa. Karela for simple relegation no, they want to avoid. Sisi no so atemana yi wonmu to waka 2 clubs one so up there obi aboko akotuma no obi abayi no hu be fi mo honom in Karela for so to pick 28 points honom na Ruby 28 points na wa for no say Karela for na the last 5 games are wa bono we win 2 matches we draw 2 and we lose 1 but a team na say go against or Eduana Stars na say 2 going to your next game na benya confidence no however the game no winning no or say wo fie the Ghana Prince wo fie so awo so ahonze no or was so rich na rekwa away so definitely no so ya a plus was him or club away for no Karela especially with that man win no but then playing against Samatex other club wants to players no will be honum investment to do bibia ya fine honum for me 8th position no kamaka danka I said anya bad for them but this is the defending champions of the league onkonya crowds is ebia top 4 top 5 now they should be there honum. But points both up, they are not far away from the top 4 now. They can also be there. So certainly, their last 5 games, and once Wabono, we win number 3 or Honum, and I feel we lose 1, and I was answer about draw 1. But their last game was quite away against Legon Cities. They won by 2 goals to 0. In terrible Tenefie, what do you expect? I quite away to my question. About Tenefie to my question. The last time. Gold Stars or Honum. Gold Stars, you know where they are currently in terms of their form and what they are challenging for in the season. In the couple against Gold Stars were away, were dance park, that's a washawa. You wouldn't have any problem here about that. But all the way at the teacher that about matches and 2 men share. Say no kotoko 0-0 drawer, Obia Boba. Sure. Say any Dream saves ya or inform. Ekwa way in kobo drawer, Obia Boba Bado Honum. Ebo against Eduana Stars were away. Ebo 2-2 drawer, Obia Boba Bado. But say ni Legon City's match, na say ebo 0-0 drawer. Based on their form now, you definitely have a bit of a problem, Kakra.
All right.
It's in the game where no, so if they want to really avoid relegation now, they would have to pick the maximum points in that game, no. But someone will do the experience in Ghana Premier League, the quality and also but Stephen Amankuna currently, young go Kina and also to lead the race, you know. And wasn't what the others want to work on. Is it possible there? Brekum just go to my away, I'll pick the maximum points in the game and now. And for me to be dependent on their kind of form and once win their last 5 games were winning number 2, we lose to 2, about draw 1. But their last game was against Heart of Lions. They won by a goal to 0. So clearly once that when you're bad or honum. Now make sure head to head, you know, between the two teams, you know. Younger this is their first season in the Ghana Premier League. But the first leg no quite away to Ebrekum, no, they lost by a goal to 0. And so once we take revenge and now I mean obey interesting, but I feel that based on their form, you know. I don't foresee Young Apostles losing this game. It's a game where player draw on your. But any team to win this game, no, before the Young Apostles should be in the framework until we pick the maximum points in that game.
Okay, may I say, Osman, the Venga, and I attend can. It's 34 minutes past 8. We have other 4 matches. Yebedi home come on. We have Bechem against Gold Stars. What a game is gonna be. Enough for Suji Abo Park. Bechem. Yawo Heart of Lions ne media ma a cracker game pa and no so pass ebasono Basake Holy Stars any Vision FC Amman Tempo Mienu Ebabweni then Accra Lions against Kumasi Asante Kotoko FKK.
Yeah, I'm sure say free Holy Stars any Vision. recent times solicitors fie nanka ye na so mobile for na fie but recent times no nsheda emfa mo I remember is it good start se kokosho mo ewo honum then subsequently other games were martin fie abo nso so ensheda enkoyi fine the last time amoche brekum Chelsea atwa mu 2-1 and amoko awi omusa koko lucie so this time around be expect so meto so na afei how they started near kwan mo fa so honum na certain twinebo abi wo no yes Michael is it Michael twinebo yes nti o say otimi lead ni team Gazali Olusi Sagrips no kakra but we share against young against Vision FC the last weekend amkojo omonuma against us of Kamfa no dia this is a game a bit difficult dia mo nyina se against Holy Stars me who say Holy Stars starts as favorite and anye bia na draw the omo pick but me who say omo be take defeat our mo home honum so they are to win 2-1 way straight for a Holy Stars. Me ko be chemni bibia ni Go Stars from poor man so akasa or the nations ababeka clubs are on be already na Canada because so we fit table na unhia mpokra se from poor man so ebebabeka wan kasa be un say the league ACL kono 3 teams enter in Lucy games yes amount and Lucy games bebre ento so en kan camera omo realize say be a league season edu no amuje be ye no amonta in Lucy games but omo drop points but say losing all the 3 matches 1 points no eno ne ekwan omo fa so manage omo way out omo team de but nations obviously from performance on the omo become no ye nyina yinim dada but we hwe game omo ekomu akwa against a certain Bechem United a difficult game at the moment difficult ground so and so etimi at the moment Kofi Tumpo and from who and Chomokra is all up to every performance so betimi ashishe ni team ye sa experience or as a coach and or sa quality and so from any players so timi ashishe a design in ya ebiana the best na kwa ba any ye fa ho dwane kra but Bechem for no massa kwan no I feel said Tumpo ebetimi lead any team Heart of Lions as the same sa home grounds umpa na ye de na say omuso Lucy kakra omo sha na ye win situation wo ye pando ho but say no asa ate omo be yiro omo ho na bia draw bi na omo afa enso etimi na wo hwe omo last 5 games na enko ye mfa omo of course ubehum 3-0 bi sho ho free where your organic goal and almost a kind organic point because so at 4 any a system no mobile and to show more we no perform last 4 no I defeat the only a draw munya ye ewo pando no defeat no enyo mo home kwa but don't say ye team na empo kwa away now yes on pick point no dia ba obe 2-1 1-0 defeat 1-1 o tan pando no ne kotoko ene boy ye a omonya so aye Ali Fauzi nana opon mo nana kwame opon mo Obin Junior omo wa hemfa omo form na hemfa na atiako se omo ani anda ho no ma media man so ye side na omo inspire omo tanko akodi bibi kakra akokoshe team no mo ansha sentem but omo last game omo ni dream se boy ye hui 4 emphatic Kingsley Brahimo juma no yes Kamara Dimo eda so ewo ho no ma so omo ama omo ni anda ho no ma media man po betimi akokofa sa 3 matches 1 point but yeah me who say they will be triggered and no be mindful ebia na draw because so moving in media man so no ya dey me who say be den pa but omo yiro omo bia narrowly ebia 1-0 2-1 be omo betimi afanti double chance for your Heart of Lions wo yes a game no mo Accra Lions etna enkramam no mo ne kotoko abo baby akotoko nam no so en Lucy games but all the come so na ko hwe o games no draw masters
Dr. Gum
draw kwa and o mo ebo omunya ba ku bi share over Brekum Chelsea
1-0 no
yes 1-0 no you boy Daniel Ajete shede mom no eno kwa he bra mo breye na but win bia win no mo win by the person me change na say kotoko so win games no e dey the mom team a person o di league so ati ase na untimi manage game oma obi ahu sampa intentions na wo declare no ye clear oma obi ahu sampa ho odin e de chen obi a omo ntimi enya sade na ye 11110000 draw masters in fact the last 5 no how mo ye mistake omo share holy stars to beka so omo last 5 no omo win 2 and omo draw 3 omo share holy stars obeka ya omo nsem
gazelle bufu ye
yes the bufu ye nti omo win 2 the exchange na answer kotoko goals no first mama
atiko
se kwampoku bia nyire no ho na nsenkyerani bia nsi no anhye ba ko bia e bia defender bi nso aba be hye ba ko bia fa mo I think say na ye din dia mom ti that factor na ye ato abet ye amwa ansha no mo ho kyerɛ mo no opra ye konchen e na kwampoku be fa sa ye adesoa no so e na wo hye de mom na esi ono so atiko enti 2 players nyina se so omo abaw Isaac Mintamo Baba Beshemu and Samson Eduku omo nyina no
last Sunday Eduku
omo amehwe because Baba ya yamo umfa goals so hye emomo obe create chances no benya bi obebo afa wiem on hye Peter Amidu akwa ono da so
Sunday no of boy of
enkoye emfa ma no
from around 60 minutes
akwa Nigeria ni nso ba
ono so bem Sunday so bem
presa we are not the bonus akwa ti prosper na te ogum or say season of finishing the year no or no so air brace say and no sha cry on so air pick up omo person omo so di France here on which e difficult the American coach nyina say kotoko yiro omo kakra bia last season obeka ya omo ko shot of level but out of level beto omo 3-2 and odo mo baba nyara and I think say first leg kotoko e share
Accra Lions
yes omo e share omo and so this time around if you want to make it double there about a point at Lions I'm a confident level no form cry just below par and kotoko so mo take this opportunity no mo team winning make a double chance for them but so be winning straight no and na difficult man because baby o expect o be analyze o be road be bibia can be bia in terms of form guides and all that omo lucy games but o be hwem na draw and a show ti bia never quite the likeliest resource a bit media but mom so kakra bi no more consistent or more focus no more say league in chase no still a open for other teams bit say nations any any goal stars then players no be adwuma
omo 41 points they cry
omo nyina ba say has so say has 40 yes omo nyina na ewo ma who say na me ka say these two
has 41
yes 41 omo nta end drop because ka point gaps na enso 6 pe but omo di akire no so no how consistent no mo aye enu nti na ma no ababe ya say kwa ye me ka say 100% by kwa ye a fight between those 3 top 3 no
okay
Kotoko Gold Stars
Nations.
And Nations Kotoko you don't want me to for 3 + 1 points no
me da say FKK ni atenenka no dia telecell between adama na local discussions here de brewo one must say open new phone a brand new phone a smartphone kama pa 4G kama cameras ne demu kama bibia e perfect tie we ye papa telecell between one kasano far phone on the dial *1020# *1020 hash and also send the one for 1020 na subscribe is CA obesha say enya updates on available devices and new smartphones na aba no ye be ma ho update say phone we na aba ye the phone kire wa na wa bobo a pesa wo top phone bobo no wa be de bobo no a pesa wo top phone no ama phone so be try so be bede wo hena wo price ne di kan a price a wo de ma ye na sa wo de ne di kan no bi ade ne ndru de ne dia phone ye de ama wo enti bomadi ya kai say ye pesa wa wo top phone no price a pesa wo to no so start now *1020# *1020# and I send the one for 1020 nene ya telecell bid doing a promo no also fa ho esemubi telecell see connecting energies me fa calls net here from adventure emra dwumedi no so bi Ghana Premier League games eba so midweek action wo Champions League games e dey on komo rocket to krokwa to cars e dey ama regional RFA members so be a nyina afei one fa M1 and develop talent ewo eye ne region ho common no pay di media phone lines also bra so be dey be share wa drain 0244 408 046 0244 408 046 and afei 0244 408 354 0244 408 354 Frena was so far adventure Ebra Jumedi Nisubi.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
0244 408 046 and 0244 408 354 0244 408 354. Frena was so F4 adventure no Ebra show ne so. I say good morning, Miss Adams. We won't talk, but the end we will see who is the master of the game. Hala Madrid tonight is our night. Okay, my first caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Me pa cho dini baby friend free.
Moses Ata from New York City.
Me pa cho it's you anopay.
Miss Ruby, Madrid for Baye. Achino Baye 3-2 against Arsenal. Na Arsenal qualify. See, when you're ready, there will be him. Na Ghana so other countries when your FIFA scar education stadium and you the little cast nothing can in your pocket edible life in mana you pay you to put that's it.
Mesumeda say hello, good morning.
Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Madrid for by today.
But Safre beam na de woodie no jaidi 0244 408 046 0244 408 046 and 0244 408 354 0244 408 354. Frena also F4 adventure Ebra Nkoma yedi anopay UEFA Champions League games eba so ne sanso na Ghana Premier League games etodwa Jeffy pick up some akwakoto no adventure ho ne say maybe a phone lines na tum Frena also for adventure Ebra 0244 408 046 and afi 0244 408 354. Mame fa call away na me messages aka ni free. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Me pa cho din be free.
Me the chiba from Kastle FM.
Me pa cho eti wa no pay.
Miss Ruby, enema sisi abaso na orokodo wa fan too much ite wa bo enwu da baso na wa shopping go sa. Ano pingo la. Ni ya ongulo che won na error na olbe fom. Ya fa no tension. Na Madrid ade ye pay in there bia ba doubt and off. Ane na Madrid ye pay. Na a doubt na na ye sunsun no so ende first half now 2-0. First half 2-0. Madrid to qualify. That's it.
Okay, Miss Omeda says 0244 408 046 and I say 0244 408 354. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Miss Ruby.
Odin baby of free.
Miss Ruby, maybe could see in a catastrophe to say,
invite you.
Aha, Miss Ruby. I tell you, I'm going to Miss Ruby, Ghana, you are the central example, the talent for her, yes, for Hankasa, by Miss Ruby, because this is a place, no, for one one project, the so a bit better organized gata board, not so the most people of the city or award or be in or Domana. What a boy so don't see wobble. Because I say, essay, GFA as a whole, let's say, business and person won't be shown what benefit will why disappointed, like disappointed or overbad and win next year. And so, no, we had a cover board gata board when you're the most walk out economy at home than the book. In the end, everything say organizing any idea. Yes, in the first pension you the work to pick up some RFA. If there are no players, there wouldn't be any RFA.
Okay.
But when you give any
Me da say hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Obi.
Boboski.
Miss Obi.
Boboski too.
Kete kumu badada pa ayade. There urban kuta wale bre division 3 division 2 na do wa bre. No wo tu mo abo modna so the misko ti de oja kwato cars oja ma IFA chairman. No potu IFA chairman say we ni cars a. Wo car a wodi edwuma. Miss Ruby, I'm meeting a carpenter. It is a me the word woman, me bay you edwuma. Mutus me be you may do more. We are able to 2 Simon. It's what I pray chairman, so will be you more jabwa. Woman, one workers with you, Juma. And you are best enough to 2 Simon who for you, Juma. Now, basically, Ghana football and a 10 Yamaka, the woman of Kanan. You are so I pray I take time. Obey a fire. And I am your father, Osman. Oh, yeah, nurses, passes, and as so when you would one cadasas, special Madrid. Now, I'm the movie with Judy Day, as a special Madrid. Or Bishop Obu, whom away.
Okay, Meda say 0244 408 046, 0244 408 046, and 0244 408 354. Ghana Premier League games, Basso Hearts, Kodoma, and Nevier. Kodoko, any Accra Lions, Bowen Crying. Other games, Eddie Hong Kong. UEFA Champions League games, Toja, Friend now also for adventure, Ebra Subi, 0244 408 046, and 0244 408 354. I'll say I'm really shocked with this GFA president. So he couldn't build a stadium or any other sports facility for the national teams and clubs in the country. These pickups will be used in transporting food stuff by some RFA president. These our leaders lack ideas. It's a sad day for Ghana football. Kobe, Edifi KKD, not Nediano Eddie Abba. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Me pacho, we didn't be free.
We are crow.
Ampa, it's you.
Chia Bejafoni, you know.
Najoso.
About 9, Arsenal supporters in Abeka there. Madrid be show more easily. First half, you be 2-0. Second half, you be 3-0. Yeah, you were mostly Mukra. Now, Kotoko also, Omanyri Omo now, Omanshe goes in the Maya. Now, say, will be the door place in the door, now, who do Maya, Seripa, because one son or Maya. So, Muntimisha goes in the Maya. Okay. May I say, 0244 408 046 and 0244 408 354. I say good morning incoming. Other countries use FIFA money to build stadiums, but Ghana use our money to buy cars, and the rest goes to our pockets. Okay, Moses outside for New York City, Akotoche, or and so Edebawaha, and I say Madrid are refusing to sell some of the tickets to Arsenal fans. So, okay. Or say, okay, Madrid, or say, but telecell code, over send a 1 to 1020, over send a 1 to 1020, and I saw dial star 1020 hash, star 1020 hash, star 1020 hash. Okay, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Napum.
Neho ye pa no abojaru.
Cats no the buy no, what is
oh, brand new pa, tia rubber, come on.
I'll be able to do that. In terms of Daniel,
I say, fifth Sicadia, or racket fifth Sicadia, and Fanto, a dada, a tia rubber.
Yes, we be a cool day, and I'm so a tia rubber, but I have a thousand pounds to go. You said now that Banner here, a penalty also for money. I was no pick up man was moving on about a kick to our arm. This would be a kind of Christina or check when I did the no alcohol. You are very problem matters and the wine because I don't hear disappointment. Never, madam. And I was tired on naked to nobody be able to go to the
but I say, Honorable Jaru, I can't a monopa, a mono, ready a mono, say, none of our connoisseur when they buy, and if you know who I said that about Weddy, a monopa, a mono, and you know, a sapper pepe, and it's 0244 408 046, 0244 408-046 and 0244-408-354. UEFA Champions League games and Ghana Premier League games and a Kastle Racket Akotono. Any other issues? A bit my friend. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Maybe I didn't baby free and free.
Agon.
Oh, Agon. My who message?
Miss Ruby.
It's you.
Ghana Premier League now the one over.
Oh yeah, Bob.
Hey, I very one more young supposed to be. Say, yeah, I mean, in sponsorship or critic sponsorship. I mean, one cup falling the United uncle. Aye, now Ghana football now why they could be into one to have Ghana Premier League.
Okay, Agon. Me that say. Ma, many message way. Okay, I don't know when you have say. Mami share na okay. Ose Madrid will lose. Okay, Madrid will lose. Eno any day I was so they buy no. Mefa by last 2 calls na me dey 0244 408 046 0244 408 046 and 0244 408 354. Ghana Premier League, NFA, UEFA Champions League, any other issues between what about. So hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. From Coffee Sky, I'm Kastle.
Okay, Sky, it's you.
Okay, the Arsenal lecture Real Madrid 3-0 view. Real Madrid fans no steady.
Okay. Coffee Sky 3-0. Oh, Benebao. Okay. Yes, Arsenal supporters. Vima Kasankasa. Game Paku Chop Adama. And I call see Mefa na game Paku Chop say numbers no 1 to 36. What na say choose one number. Na a drop your honum kama. Na o drop him out mona or mo draws no na o number no piemu a. Sika o de to a chain ye bo ho ama up to 30 times. Inti no me waste time cry 1 to 36 choose one number. I just pick one number from 1 to 36. Na a drop him out when you sika dipa ye bo ho ama 30 times. A game Paku Chop and I make am for the ama wo. Kai said there be a 3 draws no. 3 daily draws and enuti play bi na wo play mu mienu pempo a e be ma wo 2 Ghana cedis free na what to me assign e dey play more aka ho a game pack cool chop easy game very simple and serious rewards and e dey ma wo fa phone na dial *946# *946# na try a game pack pick 1 now obenya sika edi papa we dey won mrekra one number pe choose na drop a number no e bo ma wo sika no ye bo ho up to 30 times e dey amount ya dey will see Osimi should be so Madrid always depends on come back to so they relax for Arsenal they will see real football Big Joe inside Atabaze and a Big Joe edene de no and so e dey aba ye be share nyumrei by 6:45 net na say for the big game eba so there was Stadio Santiago Bernabeu Real Madrid against Arsenal the Gunners why and qualify to the semi-finals. Inter Milan host Bayern Munich when qualify to the semi-finals. You said you may ask Sankomono yeah the beba down live commentary the bebro and you may on Kastle 90.3 FM. Me doing at the Miss Ruby Adams Osman NFA FKK or to me na kan e wo dwumadi ne so na ade a Alfred Etaya tisanso na Dorinda and so boy Emma show no yetumi e de bre mama here live on Facebook e de mase mama fresh show no so no modern contribution by de mase mama modern messages e by ni na de mase mama ntumi amfre na mutie show no so no ye de mase Madrid will win big smoke tonto e de free in Chanwa e na wo de no e de aba ya de wasi na Wednesday corner fe Kastle in the morning come adwema ne ho ntil dwumadi no Osman edemu atumi e de ato awo so koso a na emu afidie no e na hanum sei nyame adwuma dwumri e bese ahia
ma omani hu hia na Ghana man oyame na wo yenze se Ghana be here ogina ame na wo yendo ne da meeting na Kastle FM ze dwumeza wa tunizin no man ho do rebro ejoda copy fide biara wa bra wa bono na ebien de kapim no numa yimbe oye political show a wa hihye ntere bobwa no Central Region na Ghana wa kodu jojo Kastle FM 90.3 blending tradition with style. You no go do me, I be you know say God no go do us yawa. That be why we they come your way with urban gospel. Do you want to feel the rap in gospel music? Do you want to enjoy Afro pop gospel, hip hop gospel? I mean, do you want to feel the street way of gospel? Then listen to Kastle FM every Sunday from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Urban gospel, church on the street.
On the first day, and again his bread on the third day. That's